morning to all y'all Donkey Kong 64.com. Randomizer enthusiasts here. This is Random Number Generation here on GDQ Hotfix, the show about randomizers and the communities and folks behind them. I'm Sky Bills, your host, and this is episode 114, Donkey Kong 64, randomizer.com. We have Nintendo Sarah running and Verdant Ash as the commentator. Right here, before we get started here, we have a few announcements here on behalf of Games Done Quick, and I promise to not keep you long. Join the official GDQ Discord and add the Hotfix role where you can keep tabs on upcoming events, talk with Steph, and more. Use !Discord and Twitch chat for more info. And if you've missed out on any of our Hotfix shows or events like Back to Black and Frost Fatal, check out the VODs on youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. And speaking of Fatal, I have two wonderful folks from the Fatal community. How are you doing, Sarah and Ash?
Morning, everybody. I am doing great and very, very excited to show off DK64randomizer.com for everybody.
I'm feeling fantastic. I'm happy to be here to support Sarah. Sarah was there to support me when we ran Fatals, and I think Sarah's going to put on quite a show for us today. We're going to have a lot of fun here, so let's get to her. Let's get it done.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right. So on your count.
Well, if let's I want to go over the starting screen here for a minute for people who may have never seen this and are unsure what they are looking at here. So in DK64randomizer.com, we are in the middle of kind of changing seasons. We had our big season 3 tournament that ended in December of last year, and we're gearing up for our big season 4 tournament, which will be this summer into the fall. Dates to be determined, but coming up soon. So right now we're doing version 4.0 of the randomizer, just got released. Actually just like about 3 weeks ago. So very, very excited to see that. And so right now we're in season 3.5. So it's kind of like a middle ground between the two with a bunch of new features available. Which you can see on this screen. My settings don't have it, but you can shuffle now. You can shuffle the shopkeepers. You can randomize climbing. The ability of the Kongs to climb trees is no longer guaranteed anymore. So a ton of stuff. You have many different win conditions now. So the bottom right corner of my screen, you see a key with an 8 on it, which means I'm trying to find all 8 keys here. So if you don't want to fight K. Rool because he's a big meanie, you don't have to. So, and you can, if you want to find the bean as a win Kong, you can do that. A ton of different stuff you can do.
And this start is honestly one of the better starts that you'll ever see. I mean, diving right away. I mean, as soon as we get key 2, we get access to 2 levels instead of 1. Monkey porters always need to beat our seed. We have Donkey and Tiny, which is the objectively best Kong start for free for movement, and you got your favorite character, the girl, on screen. So
of course.
I mean,
we had to have Tiny for Fatals. I mean, Tiny's an honorary Fatal,
right? Yeah.
Oh heck yeah.
But yeah, so we always start with 3 random moves. So you can see the monkey port, like I said, and diving. The other one is a little harder to see, but it's the eyeglasses there, which means start with sniper scope. So not
single best move in the game,
but it can be. It can be there, but and then my signature when I do a lot of race modding, I'm on staff of the Donkey Kong community. It seems like I always start with Blue Slam in like qualifier seeds or big races. So I added Blue Slam to my settings just to make it funny.
I mean, it's your signature. I swear, every time we have a seed ruled by you, we open it up and say, is it going to be Blue Slam today? And you'd think, given that we only get 3 random moves, of which slams are like 2 of about like 50, you wouldn't see a Blue Slam every seed, and yet, without fail, it's Nintendo Sarah special. It's the Sarah special.
Yep. So as a meme, I kind of just added it to my settings. It is nice. You don't have to worry about a Slam Casino as much. Still could have to find Red Slam, which is the 3rd level of Slam, because they are progressive. But I am able now to go levels 1 through 6 and slam all the switches in those levels. We'll see if we end up needing red slam for level 7. One of the other things in this is its complex level order, which means that the levels will not necessarily be in order. We start with keys 1 and 3. So to start with, we can open levels 1 and 2. We could go into level 2 before level 1. And then what keys we find after that, who knows? We could end up going to level 7 right away after. We'll find out. So as we go through the seed. But
the only other thing to mention is the other big addition from Season 3 to Season 4 is the hinting difference. In Season 3, we would have to pick up all these gold bananas to get these progressive hints. As we pick up gold bananas, they would pop right into our menu. We'd have to go and read them. Nowadays, we have something called Doses Doors, named after one of our developers, Tudos. Essentially, all the wrinkly doors that would normally be in the lobbies of each level have been put into the actual levels themselves in the places that the Trough and Scoff boss portals would normally be. So you have to go and talk to Wrinkly in the levels to get your hints. Sometimes, however, those boss doors are locked behind moves. In Crystal Caves, 2 of them are locked by Punch. In Jungle Japes, one of them's locked by Coconut, one of them's locked by Peanut, and one of them's locked by Feather. So you may not have access to every single hint you want right away. So it gets spread out a little bit more as you go across the entire game. So hints are a premium, and reading every single hint is a super big deal.
Right, so one of our goals is going to be to try to get as many hints as possible to help us through the seed, because there is like 370 checks in the game. So we will see. We don't want to check them all, but we do want to know. We'll get path hints that'll be passed to different keys, and we'll get Way of the Horde hints, which will be an item that's required, and we'll get Foolish, and we can also have what's called a Scouring hint, which means that it could be just like, oh, you need to go to this place. And there's a potion there. Doesn't mean it's useful, but there is a potion located somewhere. So, you know, we never know.
So I think if there's nothing else to say besides how excited we have to be, you good to go, Sarah?
I am good to go. So yeah, we will get started. I'm just make sure I have my notes all ready to go, because I've got to write those hints down. But they are going to be in the pause menu as well, so we can check that. But
all right. I got a little
all right.
next to me here,
On count of 3, I guess. So 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
3, 2, 1. Morning.
Morning, yep. We always say morning at DK64randomizer.com, even when it's not morning, because it's always somewhere in the Donk Empire, because we're everywhere.
It's morning right now. It looks like look at the island right now. You tell me that's
right.
not morning.
It's always island, or it's always morning in DK Isles.
The DK Isles is the prime vacation spot in that for you to go to. That's a move right away. Look at that little
that's a really
saxophone
good.
slam.
So now we have a musical instrument, which means we can actually kill any enemies that are gonna be a pain. So having a musical instrument early is very nice. So. Okay, and one of the other things I have in my settings is, you know, those pesky mini games? I don't like to play them, so I don't have to. So I have the autocomplete bonus barrels on, which means the bonus barrels will immediately break when you enter, and you can see what's in them.
Now,
so we're gonna
I have to ask this real quick, Sarah. Can we still dump off blueprints in these settings?
Oh, yes.
Absolutely. I would not deprive this guy of doing dumps.
Yes. any dumpers in the chat?
Any dumpers.
Unfortunately, you're not going to get the banana sound, which is just a little bit that the randomizer has streamlined and removed, but you do get some other fun sounds and gizmos when you dump, and it will likely be dumping time at some point here. Sarah's just doing the classic Isles route, trying to check all the different checks here. One cool thing about Isles routes is that they can change sometimes when you pick up items. For example, Sarah started with Monkey Port, which gives her access to the top of Creme, but just picked up another item that would give her another check up there when she decides to go there. So lots of things to do on Isles before you even get to a single level.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to go with my normal route. I go in reverse order of the warps, except for warp 3, because there's nothing over there unless you have key 4 or pineapple, so there's nothing to check over there. But we're going to check here in the K-Lumsy prison here. So I'm checking kind of the dirt that's around. So that's a golden banana there. We can't get that just yet, but it's good to know if there's something there, because once you find Lanky, you can get that. But we are going to see. We're going to get all our bananas, because the first level can cost however many bananas there are on aisles that are available, which right now we just have the one, but we could be getting more. So, and now they gave me saxophone. It's going to expect me to go check that as well.
Definitely. In the old settings, it used to be that it would guarantee the first level it would be 1 GB requirement, because it was something called standard level order, which means that it would expect you to go levels 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. Perhaps not always need to do everything in that level in every order, but it would at least access you somewhat in that order based on GB count and things like that. What we're playing here today is complex level order. Levels can be anywhere, at any time, in any order, and so as a result, there's no protections. There's no protections guaranteeing that your first level is going to have exactly 1 GB on its blocker. So it could be 2, could be 3. I've seen as high as 4 for the first under level with a really stacked aisles. So
and with getting Nutcore and Sax early here, it's probably gonna be pretty high, because that's already the second golden banana we've got. So.
Definitely. I'm expecting like a 2B locker here, probably for our first level.
Yeah, that's another banana medal. So banana medals don't do anything in these settings, so.
Oh, banana.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say it still.
I think it's the sound effect that says morning, so.
Oh, there you go. Morning.
Yeah, I believe that one goes, oh, morning.
Oh, morning, yeah. So very good. So another thing, too, is our custom music. You can see my tracker will show the music, as well as it shows up for like 2 seconds on the very bottom there. But we have, I just looked it up today. It's 1,653 custom songs in our rando. So a ton of stuff. It's really, really wonderful to have, and from so many different games, like many, many different games. So here's the Way of the Horde hint. So we know we have to go to Aztec, and we have to go to Lanky 5-Door Temple, which means we need to find Lanky, and we need to find Grape for that. So a couple things we don't have yet, but and we can mark that this is Caves is our level 2.
For anyone who's unfamiliar with the way randomizer hinting systems work, this is very similar to some other randomizer systems, but we're going to walk through it here for a second. Way of the Horde specifically just means that something is required based on the logic of the game to beat the game. So whatever item is inside Lanky's 5-Door Temple will 100% be required to beat this seed. So we just call it Way of the Horde instead of, say, some other games might call it like Way of the Hero, for example. You might have seen that in some other things you've seen before.
But we are going to the banana horde at the end of this game. So.
Yes, we as the Kong family must rescue the banana horde from the hands of the cruel K rule. So that is all that means. When we see a path hint coming up probably pretty soon, we'll talk a little bit more about that.
Oh, we get a Kong hint. Okay. Ooh. That's a good one. So Diddy is found by Tiny in Crystal Caves. It means that one of the Tiny checks is going to hold Diddy.
Yeah. And you will find a hint like this in the seed guaranteed for every Kong you don't start with. So expect you will find one that says Lanky is found by whatever. Same thing with Chunky. The truth is, this can apply to any check that is explicitly found by that Kong. So it won't be anything like, a fairy that's only gettable by Tiny, but it is still a fairy, won't apply. But a boss door could have the Kong if the seed was particularly bad. Not likely, but it happens.
Right. And so one of the other settings that we didn't mention for season 3.5 here is, and there's Grape Shooter. Perfect. Is that we have random DK portals on. So instead of starting at the beginning of the level, the portal just ends up randomly here in the back of Aztec. So we're just here and we just have to route from back here.
it creates some really interesting routing questions. When
It really
you
does.
Do that. And one of the cool things you can do if you come to say, did you know that DK64 had a randomizer? Do you think you could tell the fans where you might be able to find a randomizer like that?
Yeah, I think they might want to go to DK64randomizer.com. Or they could even go to our Discord, which is discord.dk64randomizer.com, and join our community there so they can find out about all the stuff. All the new, all the things going on.
So one possible thing you could choose to do when you go to dk64randomizer.com is set these special entrance doors to even go into sub areas. So that's not on in these settings, but some possible outcomes are spawning inside the llama temple that normally requires a number of checks to get into, spawning inside Japes' spiral mountain, spawning inside one of the rooms inside castle. All kinds of very strange outcomes.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of different places. I don't know how many. There's hundreds of different places you can spawn in between all the different levels. So it's a lot. All right, there's another Kong hint. Oh, that's really nice. We're getting all our Kong hints early.
That's a really easy lanky unless it's bought by like Diddy or Chunky. That's not that bad.
Yeah, so two of our Kongs are already in caves. So caves being 5 GBs, we definitely want to get there as soon as we can. So, but both Kongs here can buy a banana.
And
We found some coins.
While you're buying these bananas that will give you enough to get into caves, we did actually see our first path hint. So let's talk a little bit about path hints here. Path hints are telling you that whatever move is being talked about is in a specific region. For in this case, 5-door temple, which is all the checks that are in the 5-door temple region. There are 8 of those, 1 inside Lanky, Diddy, and Donkey's rooms, 2 inside Tiny's room, and 3 inside Chunky's room. So whatever move it's referring to is in that region, and then it will be on the path to obtaining everything that appears after it. And everything that appears after it will be things like keys. If there were K-roll phases, which they're not this time around, but if there were, you would see things like what K-roll boss phases they have to fight. And then also, if it's a new thing for Season 4, if it's required to free a Kong from its dastardly fate, you would have to, it would say, on the path to freeing Kongs. So that 5-door temple hint said 2, 4, 6, and 8 keys. Whatever move is inside 5-door temple will be on the path required, 100% required, to obtain all the keys listed. So 2, 4, 6, and 8. And the one right here, Outer Isles, says 2 and 8.
So yeah, that so far we've got Sax out there on that ferry in the Outer Isles. So it could mean that there are a couple other checks it could be, but hopefully it is. I tentatively wrote down Sax just because I think that is maybe what it's talking about. But you never know until you have until we know where key 2 actually is. I'm trying to get the there we go. Okay,
I like the Metroid fanfare there. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, there's some really amazing sounds and songs and fanfares and all the different things that happen in the custom music here. So it's really great.
And yeah, I always just want to shout out the people on the custom music team who make all the songs for us. The music in this game is just truly outstanding. If you can think of your favorite game, there's probably a song for it. There's songs from Ace Attorney. There's songs from fellow Rareware games, as you're hearing right now, from Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie. There are songs from Danganronpa. There's songs from Higurashi, of all anime, one of my favorites. The music team will find all kinds of interesting and wild different things that we can listen to. So, and you get to make a little pack of all of your favorites and then put it all in for what you can listen to. So, always shout out that team. Too many names to be able to name all of them, but all of you who do that, you know who you are. Thank you so much for making the experience of
They really do
that much better.
Such a great job. And I just saw, because I was making sure I had all the newest music for being on the show today, I just saw a really good song from the game 999. So I was very happy, and I hope it shows up because it's very good. It's very, very well
Lamentation?
done.
I love 999.
Yeah.
A great game.
It was really good. So So
It's an
we're just gonna kill him with the saxophone there because he does not want to die. So.
And yeah, that's one of the great things about getting a weapon early here is that you can just like, if someone's annoying you, you can just play that instrument and it will murder literally everyone in range, all for you.
Yeah. Having music early is so nice. It's just one of those things that's just really, really helpful. So, Donkey has a banana.
Llama Lana.
I love this song. So this one is really another one that I absolutely love. Very, very well done song here. So very happy to see Requiem show up.
And also just shout out to the Llama Lana randomizer community too. Those guys are great.
I've never seen the randomizer, but I saw someone play it. The game.
Oh, we've had episodes of Llama Lana randomizer here at RNG. Author Blues in particular is a big fan of Llama Lana randomizer. Yeah, see, there he is in chat.
Yeah, you said it and he appeared.
It's like Beetlejuice, right? Like you say Llama Lana and there he is. There's Author Blues, see?
Also, no beanstalk for everybody.
Oh,
that's very sad.
Boo.
I'm a resident and certified bean hater. I've had it even notarized for anyone who doesn't believe me. It's like on a little stamp. Certified bean hater. I don't like the bean. Boo me now. I've seen what me and you cheer.
Boo, because the bean is my favorite.
What do you think the bean? Why do you not like the bean? I must know this.
Why do I not like the bean? Because the rabbit is better, and because people hate my boy the rabbit, and so I have to place myself as the mortal enemy of the bean.
You can like both. I
was gonna say, what did the bean ever do to you?
Not possible.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing. She just doesn't like it.
Are you saying boo or boo earns?
Right? I was saying boo earns. Nice Simpsons reference. I like that one.
Oh, that's one of my favorite lines.
Oh, it's so good.
So we don't have vines, so we're not logically supposed to be over here, but we're going over here anyway. We're gonna go check the boss, so. There are a lot of times things are on the boss. I do have my settings to have them just be open so we can see the item preview of what is here before we go in. So we don't have to do the boss if we don't want the item. So this is just a GB, golden banana. We can find them all over. There's 201 of them in the game. We only need 40. We're definitely not doing a boss right now for a golden banana, so...
And by right now, I think we mean ever. Never do a boss for a golden banana, friends.
Can I just say, like, purple Donkey Kong is a mood? Like, I love this.
Yeah. I love another thing too that 4.0 introduced was a lot more color and everything customizations, where we can really have like a lot more things be custom colors. I mean, the colors kind of always were, but now we can custom color like a lot more things. So I have it set to the extreme value, so we will see all kinds of things be colored. Everything that is possible to be colored, different colors, different randomized stuff will be set. Have that. It's a nice cosmetic setting. You don't have to choose to do that if you don't want to.
I just realized we never get to play as Candy Kong, do we?
No, unfortunately, there's some kind of technical issues with using the shopkeepers and things like that. But we can play with Crusha.
Okay.
If anybody wanted to do that, so
yeah, Candy and Funky Kong in particular were the two Kongs I really wanted to play with that I don't think you can play as either of the two in this game.
No, they tried to do it for Randomizer, but unfortunately, some technical reasons, it's not able to get it to work. But you never know. Keep your eye on it, because you never know in the future. Someday they could figure something out. But as of right now, and looking at Season 4 type of time frames, we just can't. There's just too much too much technical issues with it. So
we already in season 4? Wow.
We are going to be, season 4 will be starting this summer. So, and pretty soon, if you join our Discord, we'll be starting some of the ideas of like what the devs are thinking for season 4, and they're going to run some tests, things like that. So if anybody is interested, want to get in on the kind of the ground floor of season 4 of like helping out with even testing and everything of like, hey, what are things you want to see? Actually, we didn't go to the training ground, so we should go there.
There's a couple of season things going on here also with GDQ Hotfix. So we do have the season 4 shirt. If you do want to support GDQ Hotfix, we have the season 2024 season 4 shirt at theID.com/GDQ. So it's funny, we have that season 4 shirt. You're talking about season 4 of Donkey Kong 64 randomizeragain.com. And I did put that link there to DK64rando.com. I'll put that in there again. And then speaking of seasons again, we were talking about La Milana randomizer earlier. Go to gamesdonequick.com/hotfix to check out this season's lineup and check out the schedule for an in-depth look at this week's runs. So again, you never know what you're going to see. You never know what's going to pop up. I was talking earlier with Ash in particular, we're probably going to be having more of Donkey Kong 64 randomizer.com here on a random number generation as well, just because there's always all sorts of new features coming out. So I have to ask both of you, if you wanted a new feature of any kind on Donkey Kong 64 randomizer, what are you looking for?
Don't add another year. Don't add another year. Sorry, this is a community meme. The joke is that everyone who comes in, everyone was always like, "Oh, multi-world," and every time we bring up multi-world, it adds another year to how long it's going to take to come out.
2075 right now.
something like that. But beyond that, which is not so much a pipe dream as like a hope I think everyone kind of has, and also adding a year every time it happens. I think the one setting I would love to see would be the ability to have a certain kind of hint called path length hints. There's a kind of run called a blitz run where like you have to find 3 specific items to beat the seed. It's in a couple other randomizers, and one hint that they have is like, oh, the path to achieve this particular item is 6 steps long, right? I think it's such a cool concept, and for a setting string I really want to make, it's like a little bit out of the way, not currently on the devs' minds. So like not anything that I think is a super big likely to come immediately. But if I could ever get them to do it, I would love to see that particular thing, because I have a setting string in mind for the day that becomes a thing. There's a new setting coming out, 100%.
Yeah.
How about you, Sarah?
I think
Any requests?
Something like multi-world archipelago type support. It's still a long way away, but it is something on the radar. Would be very fun. So if everyone could play together. We do have co-op setting though, which is very nice. Oh, Donkey buys them good. And where 2 people could play, so you can't like share. It's not like a multi-world, but you could have 2 people playing the same seed and sharing information.
It's a really super fun co-op.
That's a really nice setting, kind of an intermediate step, I would say, between a full multi-world archipelago type thing, where you could still play with somebody else. We do have a preset set up for that, so really nice thing. But all right, we've got our Lanky Kong, so that helps a lot. We can probably go now and go get the item in the 5-door temple, which was hinted to be Lanky's one, and it is on the path to 4 keys. So we're definitely going to need that. But I want to just double check anything else we've got in caves here. Ooh, that's it. See if there's anything else. That bat is like gonna get me. Okay.
Yeah, always good to clear out levels where you're near, especially if you can get those hints. The more hints you can grab, the better you're going to feel, and the better information you're going to be able to have. And then, I mean, also, just being able to clear out all the Sphere Zero checks. For anyone watching, Sphere Zero checks are essentially like shorthand for checks that don't require anything else to achieve. So like this splat right here doesn't actually require anything to get heat. You can just kill them for free. No specific moves are required. It's always nice to check those, because those are very likely to have something on them, especially in the early game. So always always good to clear your sphere zeros. Don't leave anything behind. We have plenty of community memes about that.
Yes.
I was gonna say if I had $1 for every time I what do they call it? Orphaned a Spear Zero check, I'd be in trouble.
Oh yeah.
I think we all would.
For memes of that nature, feel free to visit the Twitter of one dear friend, Alta Biscuit, who is responsible for, I think, up to 11 things we called Alta tweets in the communities nowadays. Alta tweets are just things that Alta has observed that happen commonly enough to be basically just a meme at this point. For example, one Alta tweet is called Getting LeBron, which is a picture of LeBron James pointing his arms out at J.R. Smith during the NBA Finals after J.R. Smith did a very boneheaded move, being ridiculous. And the other half of that picture is a picture of a item on aisles that could have been gotten like 45 minutes ago, but wasn't. So we call for getting to check your aisles checks and leaving something behind that you really should have gotten at some point, getting LeBron. And so that's a common vernacular among the community. And so there's a lot of those.
It just tends to happen a lot. There's a lot of stuff, especially on idols. We just see it, so one of those things where it's just there's a lot of things on aisles, especially depends on what you have, your items that you end up getting and everything. So it definitely Tiny does not want to jump up there today. So
the igloo is a rather slippery,
it's very slick slope. So.
Platforming is Tiny looks like fun.
Oh, good.
There's a lot of very
Tiny.
interesting Tiny movement for sure.
I think moving around as Tiny is very fun, so.
Wait, I know I'm a little late to the party here. Was that Lanky Kong with a patch on his butt?
Yep, he sure does.
What? I've never seen that.
So the thing is, that's actually always there. The vanilla Lanky Kong has blue overalls with like a red patch there. And because of color changes, you get it a lot more visible.
Yeah, that's one of the new things they added that can be colored in season or in version 4.0 of the randomizer. You can get his patch to be different colors.
Hey, what color is that potion inside the Hunky Chunky igloo?
See if we can see it. Try to get a little closer, maybe get a better view. That's hard to tell, but that's either purple or blue. So it's hard to tell because they're like in the water and... Oh, Lanky keeps wanting to swim here.
Purple moves remaining, Featherbow and Mini Monkey are both really useful.
Yeah, that looks like purple to me. It's hard to see. The igloo makes the purple-blue look kind of different, or they look very similar. It's hard to distinguish them. That is a junk item in the other one, though.
And then, I guess the last thing to do is the sax pad, right?
We could go in here and do this one. So I was gonna leave, but we can go see what. Like
2 checks in it or something like that.
Yeah, with the fairy too, so we can check it. We can't do Tiny's cabin because we don't have any oranges. If there was any mean enemies that are gonna hurt us.
Yeah, logically requires oranges because most of the enemies that can spawn there do require oranges to kill. There's a small opportunity that is not true, but it is, even in the worlds where it's not always required, it is out of logic and very difficult. So frequently not worth checking unless you're in like a race and you know something is there for sure.
But yeah, that was one of the mean enemies, the purple claptraps, which can only be killed by music or by oranges. And the cabins there have it set up where you cannot do the music in there because it's a vanilla thing. They just don't allow it. I'm not exactly sure why they don't, but they just are like, no, you just have to use oranges. It's one of the few checks. You absolutely just have to use oranges. So
well done on that. check there. It is much harder with second slam.
Yeah, it is.
Interesting thing about that particular check, it is your slams, the better they are, the more delayed they are, because they add like this extra animation for you to be able to like go and do. And because that's good for most places, when you have to aim your slam for that moving target, it can become really hard to actually land on it as it like moves from under you while you slam. So it famously quite somewhat annoying check.
With blue slam, and red slam is even worse.
Oh yes, absolutely worse.
So we're gonna get some of these bananas here on the way, just to grab them.
Yeah, you could even finish with your banana at 25. You could even finish possibly in the tiny cabin, because there's like a couple of tiny packs in there.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna go to the tiny cabin right now. I'm just gonna grab these warps over here. I think we're gonna go back to Aztec, and we are gonna go hit the Lanky Temple, the 5-door temple with Lanky. That's the only one we can do. It's the only gun we have. So we will go and do Lankies, and that was hinted away the horde, so there should be something good there, and hopefully it's the item that's on that gigapath to 4 different keys.
Yeah, it has a good chance of being it. So one thing about this game, when you see something that's like, oh, it's way of the horde, and then you see things that were like you get the path hint, you might always want to like go like, oh, those are the same location. They probably mean the same thing, but in truth, they.
Ammo
Jump
belt.
scared by ammo belt too. In truth, they're not guaranteed to be, and often the randomizer likes to do protections against having 2 hints refer to the exact same thing. So it can be very wise, as Sarah's doing here, to be like a little bit cautious about assuming that just because you found something really important in a location, that it is definitely referring to that exact thing.
Yeah, so it's always good to see, to check. We always call it full clear your hinted regions, because you just never know. Yes, you just absolutely never know what it could be. And you could end up with something that you need, and it's in the same region as where you just were, so.
Absolutely. Once we get this, if this is the thing we're thinking of, it can't help Tiny find Diddy in caves, which is, fortunately, we have 1 check down because we did the, other direction. The igloo, but it could still be her medal, it could be a boss, it could be the cabin, or it could be either of the mini monkey sections. So we could still be missing something for that in the end.
Okay, so having peanuts is interesting. Yeah,
that sure feels like the thing on the path to to all those keys.
We're just gonna exit out of here. Yeah, I think we're gonna go back. And now that we know that that's a Diddy move, I think Diddy has just become a lot more important.
Oh, yeah.
So we need to go back to caves and see if we can pull him out. I guess we are going to go into the cabin and just get the bananas and maybe see if we can do it. Just to see if there is something we can do there. Unfortunately, caves is one of the levels where the rest of the hints right now are locked by moves we don't have. Which is punch or rocket barrel. Obviously, we don't have the congs for those either, so
yeah,
we
and one really
definitely need to go with what we have. So we're not gonna really get any more info right now.
We are definitely missing a key that will let us get some new levels. We're stuck in these first 2 levels. So there's got to be something that will open us up here. So the hope is this could just be Diddy. It could also be like a key somewhere here too.
Yeah, so we have a purple one in here, so we won't be able to get this check, but I'm going to just try to get the bananas. If I can. The camera doesn't want to move on me here, so... I think I just need to get 1 more, so I'm gonna have to go swim for it. But we got the 5-pack there. I don't have feather to shoot the balloon.
Yeah, there is another 5-pack in there if you want it. But...
Oh, is there? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll go back then. Yeah, I was gonna say we have to swim, but I guess there is another. It's by the purple one though, so we'll see if I don't get bullied off the edge.
If you fail to jump like once or twice, you may as well just go back and swim. It's not a huge deal. But like there is like another floating banana right near where that balloon is. It's a little tighter for sure.
Yeah, that's a much harder one. I normally don't get that, but this guy is gonna be kind of a bully over here. He likes to shoot the grenades at you. But I can at least get rid of that guy. And the purple one here. He will only die to oranges. So, and there's Diddy. All right, good. We got him. So.
Oh.
Right, we can.
Okay. So we just done a really interesting thing there. Did you spot what I just spotted?
Is that a key in there?
That was a key. That was 100% a key at the bottom there.
So
that
I wonder
means
if that is key 2 because Sax was on the path to 2 and 8.
I agree.
So
I agree that
we
is
have to.
definitely
I guess we're gonna have to find oranges now. So
that's unfortunate. But hey, that knowledge is really super useful because we get to now know for sure that once we have oranges, we can go get key 2.
Yeah. So we know that is key 2. So the because we have also Peanut in the path, I think I'm gonna go back to Aztec again. There's a lot of back and forth in these levels now. It's one of the things about DK64. So I definitely have to go a lot of back and forth. But I'm gonna go check the 5-door temple with Diddy now. Because that is also peanut locked, and see what we get there.
I'm a fan of that choice. I think that's a very, very good call. We're likely to find something there, or if not, we're going to be looking for something that continues to free us on like a Diddy check or something. I'm pretty sure with like with 25 that like Diddy's like medal is like free here, or at least with Peanut, that's definitely
with
free,
Peanut
so.
We can get the medal, yeah. For sure. I think there's some bananas we can get in the 5-door as well. So, and there's some by Warp 2 as well. I hit the warp already, so we can definitely get that. But this could be something, and then the medals. But just with 5-door temple hinted, it's always, I feel like, a good idea to check everything, so. I always go the wrong way, but I'm going to grab the coin.
Say something about the oranges causing a sticky situation. Can't convert me on that. I don't care.
We're in season for Satsumas and Sumos, right? So it's the time of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. So let's see. Oh, there's something here.
Is this oranges?
Is this oranges?
It is. There it is.
There we go.
Okay, so we can officially mark down that the 5-door temple hint is definitely Peanut, and then the outer aisles hint is definitely Sax.
Definitely Sax. So we can go now. We can go get key 2, back out of caves, and more back and forth. This game just loves to make you do that because you have to go get Diddy out of caves, you have to go back and get oranges out of his Diddy's 5-door temple. And make sure you get Peanuts first, and then go free Lanky in caves. But now we can have the ability to get out of the first 2 levels. Absolutely. You can get another key, and key 2 will open up both level 3 and 4.
Because we have diving, which is fantastic. Means we can go see both those levels, see if we can get into either of them. If the B lockers will tell us no and force us into one, and get some extra hints that'll give us some more direction.
Someone said, when did they add an instant Kong switch? That is the Tag Anywhere mod. I don't know if you would want to play this randomizer without that. That seems...
That was the thing that made randomizer possible was when they figured that out, and I believe that was back in like 2019.
Yeah.
That was back when they were just like, first thinking about what the rando could even do, anything like that. The Tag Anywhere was really the thing that made this possible to be able to get. Because
Yeah, I've heard that people even play vanilla nowadays with the Tag Anywhere mod. I mean,
we actually
apparently
have a preset called Vanilla But Better settings, and it has all the quality of life, which is including the Tag Anywhere, cutscene skips, all the sped up animations. You don't have to do the banana dance every time you collect something. The warp pads go faster. Just a lot of quality of life things that just were in the game that just made it. It was great at the time, but, it's just nice to be able to kind of speed that stuff up, so.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And for anyone who's looking to get into the randomizer and you're going, well, I don't really know the game, I'm a little confused, we actually have a preset on the randomizer website called Vanilla But Better, which adds all the quality of life stuff that you are getting here in the randomizer without actually randomizing the game. You can have cutscene speed ups, you can have Tag Anywhere, all kinds of things like that. And I highly encourage people who are looking to get into the randomizer and feeling they don't quite know exactly how all checks are or what the game is like, go play Vanilla But Better. It's a fantastic outcome.
Yeah, it's a great way to learn too if you aren't sure of like what the game, if you played it as a kid, don't really remember everything, because like we said, there's over 370 checks. That there's a lot to this game. You're not just talking about the 201 golden bananas. There's like a splats, there's all the fairies, there's melon crates, all the things. So a ton of things. So. But Galleon there, even though it was level 3, was 36 golden bananas to get in. So we are not anywhere near that. So that's probably going to be our last or very close to the end level there. So that's not where we need to go. So hopefully what's in this level will allow us to get in. So we will in castle.
Interesting.
kind of finding myself humming along with these tunes.
All the time. Super Outskirts of Key 6, that makes a ton of sense. It matches with Peanuts being... so there's a gate to Super Outskirts that's locked by Peanuts. So Peanuts are going to unlock. That explains our Key 6 for there. And most of Super Outskirts is underwater, which explains our diving.
The diving part, So that is a good spot. So Key 6 is going to be in our 36 Golden Banana locked level 3 galleon. So it's going to be a little while before we see that. And there is a enemy that we call a cop. And if he catches you with his flashlight, he will send you back to the beginning. We're not in a level, but he'll send you back to the beginning of the lobby. So that is one you don't want to see. All right, we are 16, so we don't have enough. And we only have one. We only have one blueprint, but I think there was one here.
Was there a GB maybe in the grape cage on Krem?
I think there was a medal, because I did look at that.
Did you? Okay, cool.
It might have been a blueprint. If we don't find one here, we'll go check that, because I think that might have been a blueprint. So
I think this shop had a medal and a blueprint. I'm not sure if there's a Kong that buys it. I'm worried it's chunky, but this might.
It might be chunky here. I did not write it down, and I should have. So
it's chunky.
It is
medal.
lanky,
okay,
so we can get it. We can get the blueprint, and we gotta have Sky see her the dump. So we're gonna get a double dump.
Yep. Blanky, what are you doing?
The thing he does every time he buys a potion in this area, fall onto it and get confused. The lanky classic.
Yeah, this lanky. So it's actually the animation is very funny. Diddy and Donkey just kind of like don't like the potion, but like Lanky, Tiny, and Chunky actually like transform with the animation, or have like a weird thing happen. It's very funny. But all right, so we have the Chunky blueprint, but because we don't have Chunky, we cannot dump that one, which is why we had to get the Lanky one here. So we'll save Chunkies for later. If we do need that, we will. We can wait. We have to wait till we get Chunky. So we have not had a Chunky hit yet, so we do not know where he is as of this moment. But once we get into Castle, we'll get some more hints. And hopefully one of them will tell us where our Chucky is. But there we go. We got a double dump to go into Castle.
Whoa, not just one, but two?
We had to do a double because
dump.
we had two separate Kongs, so we had to do it twice.
Dang. That's impressive. Honestly, impressive.
It is.
So I remember talking to DK64 randomizer.com runners, and they were talking about how they try to avoid dumping blueprints. Is that just for the sake of time, or what's going on with that?
It's just for the sake of time, because it takes about 20 seconds for each dump. So it can be a little bit slow. If you can do a faster one, it's better, but...
So the idea is one blueprint takes 20 seconds, but you know what else takes 20 seconds? Two blueprints, 4 blueprints.
From the same Kong.
From the same Kong. So the idea is, instead of taking sort of intermittent dumps, you take one big dump, and then it sort of speeds you up. Bathroom speedrun strats, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, it is faster to take one big dump than it is to run to the bathroom twice. I mean, that does make perfect sense to me from a speedrunning point of view. Yeah,
absolutely. And that's the only thing you got to think about.
No, this is very knowledgeable. Thank you. No, I mean that makes perfect sense to me.
But we were there, and we needed to get to 16 to get into our third level, so it was worth the double dump here.
Yeah, at some point it is slower to go back into a level and be like, where can I find a banana, than it is to just do anything else. Does this feel like key 5 or 7? It's got to be one of the two.
Yeah, it's got to be one of the two, because this is not locked by Peanuts, so this has to be 5 or 7. All right, so key 5 here, that opens up 2 more levels, so that's really good.
There is an interesting thought as a result of that. If Forest is open, you have a way of the Horde that's just always accessible. So I wonder if it's worth going just get that.
Yeah, I think I might try to at least get some of these hints. Maybe clear out the underground and then go.
Yeah.
But I'd like to at least get some more hints. So, Jape Shops is the key 7. So
right.
key 7 is for everything, or we found the key already. Like key 5, we'll get a hint for that later. It'll say Castle Shops. You are guaranteed to always have a hint to your end path every time. Whether it's just your keys or your K-roll phases or something, but you're guaranteed at least one hint for your end path every time, which is very nice. So because this is always something, I feel like we have to do the donkey face puzzle, because it's just always something.
Honestly, the amount of times that this check has gone unhinted and just had something is so high. It is, yet again, basically, unless you require a specific slam to do it, it is a sphere 0 check, a very slow sphere 0 check. So it is often the culprit for, oh no, where's my thing? Donkey face puzzle.
Oh, donkey's in the middle already. Yeah. I hit the wrong one. He was already there.
Also, this music, it's worth doing this for.
This is great. So yeah, we're just doing this to listen to the music. I feel like that's like the case in like so many. You're like, oh, I just want to listen to the music. I'm gonna kill that guy before he gets me again.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of the fun things too with the randomizer, this puzzle is different every time. It is part of the puzzle rando, so it randomly just rolls whatever. And we hear that it could actually roll the solution one time, but no one's ever seen that yet. But someday.
One day it will happen.
That will happen. I saw one where it was only like 3 pieces off, which was pretty cool. This guy is just
something very nice.
These factory enemies are very tough. They don't have the greatest hitbox there. So.
One of the possible season 4 challenges you can make is size differences to the enemies. You can have enemies become much smaller than they are, and enemies become much bigger than they normally are. So the 2 worst outcomes for that are these cops that are teeny tiny and still have the enormous cat trains that every cop does, so you don't see them until it's too late, or on the other end of the spectrum, those particular blockmen right there who become enormous and sprint at you, and it is impossible to hit them in time before they just own you. So those are my okay.
There's a potion here. I was gonna say, I'm checking all the Peanuts things because we can't. Oh, actually, we can do this. Oh wait, I do have sniper, don't I?
Yeah, we started with sniper.
I have sniper already, so I was like, we don't have sniper, but we started with sniper. Let me see if I can get this.
This could be like trombone or something, maybe?
This is a tough one to get here. Let me zoom in a little more.
Yeah, zooming in a bit will let you aim a little bit more precisely. There you go. There you are.
Very nice.
We don't have vines is the problem currently. Actually.
Oh, that's true. We don't have vines, do we? Oh, yeah. Okay. I was mostly I wanted to come in here to get the balloon. So I can start getting getting Diddy's medal.
Yep, Peanuts is all you need for Castle Diddy medal, whether it's 40 or 25. So definitely a good call.
And Peanuts is hinted to like everything, so it's like I feel like Peanut checks are just even more because it's on the path to so many different keys.
Yeah, I mean, if we're assuming that Jape's shop is it's going to be in there and not like an item. I think it's just going to be the key will probably just be there. Yeah, if that's the case, then it's pretty likely overall that Peanut is on the path to literally every other key that you'll need for this game.
And also to key 8, which means, and we know I checked, so Snide will now give you the hint for Helm, and so Lanky is there, so that could be our trombone, like you said, because that is what Lanky needs to play his instrument on the Helm pad to deactivate the Blastomatic. I just have it set for 1 Kong, in my settings here, just 1 Kong to get it, so, if that is trombone, that is helpful for key 8. One of the things we need. Oh, what is this? Mini monkey. Okay, well, we get that now.
That's a very good move to find.
So we can't check Diddy's underground over here because that requires Chimpy charge. Oh, and Chunky has a potion here. Okay.
So we have to find where Chunky is, probably, unless that potion's not needed. But generally, anytime you see a potion, you always want it. There's very few times where you're going to be able to go, I'm out of logic. I don't need that thing. I know exactly what it is.
You can just skip this. It's fine. Yeah. That's when it's something you actually need, especially when it's something like this in a shop. Shops are considered Sphere 0 in these, so... Okay, so Igloo area is 2 potions.
So we know where one of those is because we saw it.
We saw that in the igloo, the Hunky Chunky igloo there. So there's another potion. Doesn't mean so those hints doesn't mean it's needed. It's just telling you how many vials. That includes things like we saw the ammo belt that we already got, ammo belt 2. So we could have the instrument upgrades, the 3rd melon. Any of those could be there as well. You can definitely have what we consider the bait vials.
Oh, don't forget the hint door to the left.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab these tiny coins if I can get this guy done. But I want to grab these
factory enemies. My face one. They are.
Those block guys are the absolute worst. But yeah, I still don't have a lot of coins, so I like to make sure I've got 15 or 20 coins just with everybody.
Yeah.
Okay, Galleon Tiny Submarine Barrel. So that is Shipyard Outskirts. There's a good chance this is Key 6 or something that leads there.
I fully agree with you. I think that's going to be exactly Key 6, and that means we can just get that as soon as we have 36, because we have
we just need to get our 36 GB, so finding Mini Monkey is huge, because that is Mini Monkey locked. So being able to find that is great.
That's awesome.
Very happy.
Super awesome.
Dude, the pull, we didn't even get that. Mini Monkey wasn't even hinted yet, so we just were able to find that just on that Kasplat there, so... very nice to see. But okay, I think what I'm going to do is I am not going to climb right now. I'll come back if we need to. There are a couple more hints, so I think we'll come back. But let's go. I want to go see what level 6 and 7 are now that we have key 5.
There's only one level we can't access yet, and if it is forest, it's a little bit unfortunate. We're still looking for exactly where Key 4 is, and the only hint we have about Key 4 is just peanuts right now. So
it's just peanuts, yeah. So we come on, Donkey. Nope, missed this jump. This jump is actually very tough with Donkey. I wish we had Ponytail Twirl, but it is in logic with Donkey, so we will try one more time and then maybe one or two more times.
Yeah, you got this. Just kick attack off the edge and then attack midair.
I just got to get the camera set up correctly here for me. The camera keeps moving around on me here.
Classic DK64 camera.
There we go. Once I get the camera set, I can do it. It's just the first time the camera got a little weird, so. All right, we got Jungle Japes, and it is 29, so we are not going to be able to go in here either, but I am going to get the nice thing about the Dough stores is there is one hint in every lobby. That is always accessible. It's not locked by anything, so that's a really nice able to get that. So that is a foolish hint, which means we do not need to go into the storage and arcade in factory.
Mm-hmm.
We could go there for just GB collecting, and any hints that are there, we still could see those, but I'm just gonna hide styles here. So that was Japes as level 6. Now we are gonna go see what is level 7. And I will grab this. Yeah, it is a blueprint, so let's grab it. If we end up needing to get into a level and we don't have enough.
It never hurts to have more GBs until you have all the GBs you need.
Right. And getting blueprints is always, it does add time to the Helm timer as well. And then each GB, or each blueprint dumped is a GB, so, which is very nice. Okay, so it's factory over here.
So we are going to have to find Key 4 before we ever get to that Way of the Horde. And it's 27, so we're going to need to farm out some GBs.
Oh, and there's our Chunky hint. Okay, and Chunky is also bought in Forest. Well.
Okay, Key 4
so the two
locks
things
Chunky.
that we need now.
Yep.
And we know he has to be on Cranky because he can't be in Funky because Pineapple locks Funky.
Mm-hmm.
So once we get in there, we'll be able to get both Chunky and the dirt, so.
Yes. So right now our only blocker is Key 4.
Yep.
Which we don't really have a hint besides Peanut for, so I guess we're looking for Peanut checks.
Yeah, well, I guess we are going to do the only thing we do and go back to Castle and do the climb. Diddy's Medal is Peanuts, so it could be that. Mm-hmm. But there's also, I was hoping we could get into one of these levels, but we cannot right now, so we will go with getting more hints in Castle and just go climb.
Yeah.
And hopefully we get some good information.
I just want to make sure this was addressed because I don't know what this stands for. How many GBs is Helm in these settings?
It is 40.
40. Okay. Gotcha.
And GBs is gold bananas in this set.
Gold bananas. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
They're actually kind of more of a greenish color today. Another fun thing you can randomize is the color of
underripe.
Yeah.
I was just
not
thinking.
Quite done.
Yeah.
Golden bananas today, so.
I still don't know what to make of those enemies. They're like dice.
They are nice, so they form into the toy monster in factory. But everything is randomized everywhere, so it definitely makes them unusual to go get, I guess.
Vanilla-wise, Factory's whole concept is kind of like a toy factory, which is why the boss is like Mad Jack. Ooh,
Baboon Blast. That's a nice one to find. I'm gonna wait for a better cycle on these.
Yeah.
So are there any?
Have the second one coming out before I get the first, or before the first one.
Are there any interesting tricks or speed tech coming up that we should know about?
This is not too much. This is a kind of just we're just climbing up. Well, I want to get to the top because there's 2 hits on the way. But because we don't have rocket barrel, there's no real quick way to get up this. We just kind of have to climb and roll through it. So, Donkey's rolling though is the fastest way to move.
Unless you're comfortable breaking your hands in half with Lanky and Orangstan. There is actually a very interesting speedrun trick since you're asking. We have a special kind of... So basically, full fast movement-wise, the fastest movement you have in the game is Chunky when he is hunky. To explain that more, Chunky has a move called Hunky Chunky, which if you have it, you go into a barrel and make him super large size. He just walks over enemies, he's fully invulnerable, and he will go zoomies. He just takes these enormous steps and goes really fast. But because that has limited range and scope, there are areas that will just turn off your Hunky Chunky, for example. That is not always accessible everywhere. So the fastest movement everywhere is a trick where you cancel the O-stand beginning animation with a jump and then immediately go into another O-stand animation, like standing on Lanky's hands as soon as you land, and then just keep doing that. It sends you faster horizontally than anything else in the game. It's a very interesting speedrun tech, and frequently runners will do it if they don't have Donkey. But it is only very slightly faster than Donkey's roll attack. And also, it's very hard on your hands.
It's so very, very hard on hands.
By runners, I mean me. And by me, I mean, don't make me do this.
Yeah, I do not like to do it because it is not a fun thing on hands. So yeah, I just
much easier is Donkey's roll attack, which is when he goes into his holding Z animation. He can do a roll forward attack. And then you can chain those for really fast horizontal movement because he decelerates at the very, very, very end. And you can actually clip out that deceleration by immediately going into another roll, essentially. So it is a very, very fast movement option. Beyond that, some of the other Kongs have some interesting movement outcomes. Diddy has a attack cancellation that lets him move faster, and then poor Chunky and Tiny, they just kind of do a long jump, which is good, but not particularly strong, I would say. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of that little tech in the game that shows up all over the kind of place. One common tech we have is called Tag Anywhere Ledge Grab. Because we talked about Tag Anywhere earlier, the ability to switch between Kongs at will, that includes in the air. So when a Kong with a very strong backflip, like Diddy, for example, goes up in the air, it is a lot easier for them to switch over to a Kong with long arms and a good grab, like Chunky or Lanky, and grab a ledge that would otherwise be inaccessible to them. And you can see that all over the place. If we get the opportunity to maybe try one, we can try to show you. But
yeah, I was doing it a little bit in caves and jumping up those large pillars.
Yeah. But there's a couple different checks in the game. There's some in Factory, there's some in Forest where you can grab a ledge that wouldn't be accessible in any other way except for that. And so that's probably the most common movement tech. There's some other interesting ones.
Balloon is awful here. With Sniper. There we go.
Yeah.
That cop back. Did he come back? No. I think he's still dead. Okay. I want to make sure I'm getting Diddy's medal. I think I'm going to have to go down and get some more.
GB-wise, you should probably do the Trash King because you can sack the enemies, by the way.
I can do that.
Yeah, you can just warp back up to 4 when you're done climbing.
Yeah. Oh, the camera did the flip, but okay, we got it.
Gosh, let's think about some more stuff here that's common from like a speedrunner perspective. Like, I run a lot of races. Sarah doesn't always run races, so like,
I'm not a racer.
Yeah.
I just enjoy playing my own settings and having fun with it. So, but I do a lot of race modding, so I watch everybody.
Yeah.
So I learned some of the tech, but it's hard on my hands. I can't really do a lot of the tech, so.
One of the common techs that people are learning these days is essentially what's like, there's a lot of different names for it and different locations that are kind of memed about, but what I tend to call it is called replatforming. It's the idea that when you backflip up with a Kong like Diddy or Tiny and slide off of a slope, there is a moment where you can basically jump and then hit back up onto the slope again, and it will treat you as if you hadn't like basically done that backflip before. You'll have the ability to backflip again, or kick slide again, or jump again. And so it's very useful for getting yourself up onto areas that you wouldn't otherwise be able to think of. So we were just in Castle Lobby. For anyone who knows the vanilla game, there is a bonus barrel and a dirt patch up there that logically you need Chunky to lift a barrel of a rock off of a baboon balloon pad, and then have Lanky baboon balloon up for you. Instead, in the past, we've said, oh, you can twirl over with Tiny, or you can jump up with that rock later on. But some enterprising runners, and myself included, have found something called Trophy Flip, which is a way to get up there just only with either Diddy or Tiny by doing that re-platform tech. So that's a very common trick in season 3 that was run, and it's a very hard trick, and we could see a lot of runners like fail it over and over again before like getting it. Like even like ones who know how to do it very well, you can fall into lava and try again.
Rate at all,
yeah. But it is a very cool way to sort of move up without any other need. No moves required, just your ability to move the Kong themselves.
All right, so we are about an hour in, so let me know when a good spot for our first wellness break is.
Yeah, right now would be great, actually, because, we've got to go back down and enter the dungeon, so we can stop right now.
Sure. All right, so we will hit the pause on the timer. And a couple more things here before we go on our break here. So as a reminder to check out GDQ's International Transgender Day of Visibility celebration, a weekend highlighting transgender speed runs on March 29th, and 30th. That is March 29th and 30th, highlighting transgender speedrunners. And use !transvisibility in Twitch chat for more information. So again, please be sure to check that out while we're on break. Everyone be sure to stretch, hydrate, and we'll be right back with... Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by Nintendo Sarah and Bernard Ash, and this is the Donkey Kong 64 randomizer.com. So, Sarah, how do you feel about the seed so far? How do you like it?
I like it. It's actually a very logically complex seed, which is really fun because it's a lot of puzzle solving. And that's one of the things I think that make this game so much fun is just like all the different puzzles you can really get to make you think. Even though my settings are what I call swift, they are still have all the same logic as the full season 3.5. It just has lower golden bananas to get into Helm, like the colored bananas to get your medals are a little bit lower, but otherwise the logic is all. And so having a gigapath, what we call a gigapath, one item to 4 keys, and that's the peanuts, is it really makes you think about what we need to do. So definitely an enjoyable puzzle seed that is gonna, it's not just handing us these keys. We're really gonna have to do some work to do them. So,
absolutely. But I mean, for what it's worth, you're on a pretty great clip here. I think you've got pretty good control of the seed. So.
Yeah, no, I'm feeling pretty good about it here. So it's just GBs. We gotta get to our next levels unless we can find key 4 here. So. But yeah, I think we're ready to go. So just do a quick here countdown. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Start back up. So.
Yeah, you've been doing a great job. There's a lot going on with this seed. We were talking about that during the break, Sarah.
Yeah, there's a lot, which is, I mean, it's really, it's enjoyable. Like when, the puzzle solving is what makes, I think, the randomizer fun. Mm-hmm. And I think having when all the keys are in the shops, I mean, that's fine. But, for me, it's finding all the keys is what is the goal here. So, that was nothing. Okay, I was hoping that was going to be something because that's a peanut move, but nope.
You're actually, and I made a note of this. You're pretty good shot, actually, with the peanut. What do they call that? The peanut gun, peanut popper.
Peanut pop gun.
Yeah. No, you actually got quite a few shots from pretty far away, and I was like, wow.
Yeah,
that
what's
did not
really
look
nice
easy.
about the sniper is the bullets last longer. Mm-hmm. So you can only have 4 bullets on the screen at one time, but you can hit from really far away with them. Which is actually really, really nice. It's one of the nice things about having the sniper and ended up starting with it, which is even funnier. We have, this was just chunky, but we will get a Linky's blueprint here. So we need to get to 27 to get to Japes. And factory, or was it factory that was 27? One of them's 27, one of them's 29.
Factory was 27 and Japes.
Factory was 27, yeah. In fact, once we get into factory, there's a lot of GBs you can get pretty easily there. So I think that's going to be the goal, unless we can figure out something else that the peanut luck check down. So we have the sniper check, which has that blue potion, but we need vines to get that. There's a check down here that's peanut locked, but we need Chimpy charge, which we don't have. But other than that, it's like where else can we go for key 4? So getting into factory will also give us more hints. So I think that is going to be what we're trying to get. So I have 23 and 3 blueprints that I can dump because I still have that one of Chunky's that I'm going to be stuck with until we can get him. And we know he's in Galleon right now, so we can't get him right now.
So I got a question for y'all in terms of submissions. So real quick here, we do have a lot of stuff going on here at GDQ. GDQ will be live at PAX East May 8th through the 11th. Submissions are now open. Visit submissions.gamesdonequick.com to submit your runs, and accepted runners will be provided an event badge. Also, SGDQ submissions are opening up, I want to say tomorrow as of this recording. Again, going to be a little confusing for folks on YouTube when you hear this. But SGDQ submissions are opening very soon. That being said, are any of y'all, either here in the call or here in the chat, planning on submitting to any of those events? And if so, what are you thinking? I'm hoping people plan on submitting DK64 randomizer.com.
I am 100% planning on submitting DK64 randomizer for GDQ. My hope is that we can show off all the cool stuff of Donk randomizer at the big stage, live and in living color in front of everyone. It's a bit of a dream of mine, so I'm hoping that we can pull that off. Been putting in a lot of practice to be able to do that after the Fatales run I did a while back, so I'm definitely going to be submitting that. I've also been looking back into long ago. I used to run some Eternal Darkness Sandy's Requiem, and I have not for a long time. And I've been looking into maybe trying to get back into getting some routing in for that. Not a randomizer, obviously, but I have a deep love for that game. And so if I can ever get to a point with that game where I'm I feel comfortable trying to run that game, I would love to try and put that onto a Games from the Crypt or even to a GDQ if ever possible.
Yeah, and I'd love to be on your couch when we do that. So to support you like we did for Fatale. So.
Aw, that's so sweet. So we were also talking about this on the break. So Sarah, you do a lot. I mean, that is an understatement. A lot for the Donkey Kong 64 randomizer communities. So how are you involved with the community specifically?
So I'm a staff member. I am a Discord moderator. I'm also on the Restream crew. So do a lot of race modding of races. Oh, we did get that already. And then helping to run the tournament, do scheduling, and just make sure everyone stays on track, both for the big tournament and for the blitzes. It's very important to keep everybody organized, because we had 64 people in the tournament last year. So making sure all those schedules work out is definitely a thing. So and then just help on the back end of restreams and make sure those run smoothly. So we do run restreams of the races at least once a week. During Blitz, we were able to get 3 in that Blitz week, which was really, really nice. So yeah, just helping with that too.
I don't know how it was possible, but despite all the things that Sarah named there that Sarah actually does, Sarah has even still undersold all the things that Sarah does. Sarah is consistently the one when someone's like, hey, I want to just do a practice race. Sarah's like, let me open a room for you, just like as a casual eye on the room. Whenever someone's like, hey, I have a question about how to get set up, frequently it'll be Sarah going there. I know when I first joined the community and I was like trying to figure out what is happening, Sarah was the first one there helping me kind of figure out all what was going on and stuff like that. And as Alta in chat put it, race mod, community manager, tournament manager, recruiter, just generally friend of the community, and frequently any hat that Sarah can put on for this community, Sarah frequently does. So I always want to give Sarah her flowers about this stuff, and despite all the true things that Sarah mentioned, it almost felt like Sarah was even still underselling herself. Sarah does sometimes a lot for the community.
I do, yeah. Well, it's part of. I feel like a lot of that's just part of being the Discord mod and community mod of just making sure people get the help they need. We want everyone, as many people as possible, to play the game. So we have lots of help channels. We have gameplay help. We have a setup help. We have a ton of stuff in the Discord to help everyone learn to play. And obviously people may have never played this game or know how to set it up or whatever, so we want to make sure everybody is doing that. So I always try to part of our job as staff is to make sure questions like that get answered. So
And I want to make sure this is well known for anyone who might be listening. I always get people saying, Sky, I'd like to play on the show. I'd like to do commentary on the show, etc. Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough at this. No, that's BS. If you want to play, if you are capable of having a good time and being a good sport, guess what? You can play on Hotfix. Nobody knows that.
Hotfix, anybody can play on Hotfix.
Nobody knows that though. Like people are always like, oh, you mean I don't have to have a world record? No, you don't have to have a world record to do this.
I have 0 world records, so
you just gotta have fun. You just gotta have fun.
And that's what's really fun. We have our race presets and everything, but the randomizer is so customizable. You can play anything you want. I made these settings up. I use the race preset as the starting point, but I made these settings to be what I like to play and what I feel comfortable with, and it's completely customizable to be able to do that. And I love that you can do that. And we also have a lot of other presets too. The one that I wanted to mention was the loading zone randomizer, which is definitely not beginner friendly, but it's definitely a fun one to watch, where every time you go into, say, a loading zone, a level, a room in a level, anything like that, it will take you to a different place. That is all randomized, and we are actually having in less than 3 weeks, we are having a Blitz tournament of it for the very first time, to have the loading zone randomizer settings on a tournament like this.
I'm very excited
so with our brand new 4.0 version, we have a ton of new upgrades and everything. So we're finally able to have we're calling it balanced loading zone randomizer. So it can still be. Oh, I had 24 coins, yeah. It can still be easily able for everybody to get into if you know the game well enough. So, this is homie.
So one interesting thing about the randomizer here is that when you talk to a shopkeeper, like going in to buy a move from them, you could like listen to their text and they'll like tell you little like snippets about the thing. So if you were to buy diving from a shop, the shopkeepers would be like, like Funky will be like, yo, diddy do, soon you're gonna be finding yourself submerging under the waves, and you're like, oh, it's diving, okay. It's a very interesting little quirk. Like if you read this one here,
I'm gonna read it. Yeah, we're gonna read it.
But I'm
Don't
really
point at
happy.
me. See,
I
there
don't
you go.
want a coconut in the face, so this is gonna be coconut gun for Donkey.
Oh, heck yeah.
It's really a nice little touch for when you run like races like I frequently do, you basically never find the time to actually read those. You just end up buying potions you see. But if you're running for casual stuff, it's such a nice little touch. For one little joke, there was a cartoon for DK64 that was run maybe, gosh, I don't remember, like was it 20 years ago?
Yeah. I mean, this game came out, almost 26 years ago now. So.
And there was a funny little clip from it where they sing a song about how K. Rool has Diddy hostage, and Donkey has the crystal coconuts, and K. Rool's like, I'll trade you, Diddy for the coconuts for Diddy. And we have a line from Cranky referencing that particular moment when you go to refill your crystal coconuts in this game. It's lots of little tricks and cute little things like that in this randomizer. So Easter eggs is what I guess I'll call them. You should go look at them all. They're fantastic.
Ammo, so it's going to be shooting hard to get this, but okay, there we go. It was definitely moving all over the place there.
I did want to know too, and I'm glad somebody said this in chat. Thank you again for the shout outs both in this call and in the chat to the Fatale community. Someone said they were going to be submitting some stuff to Flame Fatale coming up later this year. I believe that's going to be in September, according to that end video. We saw the lovely end video. And again, I cannot stress enough. T-Tree, thank you so much for putting the link to submit runs. Again, you don't have to be in a big tournament. You don't have to be competitive. You don't have to know every trick. Trust me, I don't screen scroll in Zelda 1 Randomizer, for instance. I just want you to come here and have a good time, and I'm really glad we can have this conversation, because I ask in every single randomizer, regardless of skill level, what are the different settings that happen here? And most of the time, randomizers come with this plethora of settings, right? Like there's beginner settings, intermediate settings.
Yeah, we have beginner
settings.
beginner preset, literally set up for people to learn the game.
That's great. I really like that.
I mean, we have the vanilla, but better to help if you want to play the vanilla game, and just to be able to learn where things are. But we have beginner preset. Obviously, we have our seasonal race preset. I would call it an intermediate preset. It's come up with to have. People can enter playing that. They don't have to start with the beginner, and a lot of people do just start playing the race settings. But we do have other options available if you would like to learn ways. And then we do have some, difficult settings, like we're talking about the loading zone rando. That's a difficult setting.
Oh yeah.
You really have to know the game well. There's that. Another one is the Kevin settings that a frequent guest of the show, his name's Kuiper, came up with.
Yep.
So those are really fun settings too. It's a little bit more advanced than this. It uses the spoiler point hints. So you really have to kind of know what all that is. So.
And like for the record, not just like in terms of like a skill level for applying to like something like a marathon, which for the record, if you're hearing this right now, I started Donkey Kong randomizer like maybe a year and change ago, and was on Fatales less than a year after I began, like maybe like 6-7 months. If I can do that, if Sarah can do this, you can do it too. So, go out there, find things you're passionate about and go share it with people. But even more than that, I made a setting in the Donkey Kong community called Bean Blitz, where the entire purpose is that you have to just go find the bean. As soon as you collect the bean, the seed will end. You've won. Congratulations. It's a for fun run type that has some really interesting nuances of just finding like hints that say like looking for this particular move, go look here. So there's not as much like logical puzzling, but there is also some kind of logical puzzling stuff. It's a super fun little thing like that. And so not all the race types that exist, or even the setting types that exist, are like for like races. There are lots of like for fun little interesting things. They even have randomizers where people build little crafted puzzles and stuff for each other that aren't really intended for racing. They're just for fun for us. So if that kind of thing sounds interesting to you, if you're not like, I'm not really competitive, so I don't know if I really belong here, you do belong here. Come play our game. Come play games like this with us and other randomizers too, and just explore it. It's super fun.
That's the thing about Hotfix, right? I want everyone to feel like GDQ is so much more than just AGDQ and SGDQ, right? Like this is where people come to learn. Hotfix is like the event where we kind of have more of a time to talk with the chat, right? We have more of a time to kind of introduce people to things that they might not get a chance to with the chat scrolling so much at the mainline event, right? And we have to make sure, we work hard for the charity and stuff. But like here, we have that time to like slow down a little bit during Hotfix. This is where you can come to learn about some of the fundamentals of stuff. And here in RNG, we talk about the fundamentals of randomizers. It's not just always about all the super impressive tricks. It's also just about what are the communities like? How do you get started? Where can you contact people? We give praise to people working behind the scenes here, like Sarah. We are nothing without restreamers, by the way. We were talking about that in chat. Restreamers are like such unsung heroes, right?
Yeah.
So again,
we have a small but mighty restream crew, and us able to do that is really great. The fact that we can do that and get we restream a race a week. It's really a nice way to show the community what we have and, get excited about the races. And of course the Blitz tournaments and everything too. But we have 2 weekly races. We have one Friday evenings, mostly for North America. And also it works for the Australians. And then we also have, so that's at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And we also have one Sunday at noon Eastern time, which works really well for the Europeans. So we want to, we do have donkers all over the world, which is a very fun part of the community. So getting everyone together. But we do have those every single week, even during everything. We definitely have, races and things, and anyone's welcome to join those. They're a really, really great way to learn. I think that they really help people who want to learn how to play. The weekly races are a great way. You can join them, and then you can see what people are doing to improve yourself, right? You play the seed and then you go back and watch the restream, listen to the commentary, watch some of the top runners, and you learn a ton of stuff. I think playing the seed first really helps, and that's one of the ways, we really help the community grow. So
I agree. Speaking of puzzles and solving seeds, I'm pretty sure we know where Key 4 is now.
I think Key 4 is the top of the mountain.
I agree. We should probably get the last hint here that we have.
I just wanted to get this hint here in R&D and grab this, and then we have enough now to go to Jabe's, but I wanted to we saw the boss door, so we know this is a hint.
Definitely.
I want to check what it is, so... Castle Underground is on the path to Key 6.
That's okay.
That was Mimi, so we got that. Which is nice. We know the other thing we haven't really discussed is these path hints will tell you every single endpoint that that is on there. So Mini Monkey being only on the path to Key 6 means that it is not needed for any other keys.
Exactly.
So any other Mini Monkey checks other than which we assume is going to be the submarine in the Galleon outskirts, we don't need Mini Monkey for anything else. So that helps us rule out some checks that we might not need to do.
it's a little logic quirk in the community that we call negative information. The idea that when you gain information about what something is, you know for sure what something isn't. If you've played any Cluedo, or I guess Clue for the American watchers out there.
Yeah, we call it Clue, but we know Cluedo. I've been enjoying playing that actually recently.
Yeah, you'll have done that exact precise logical trick in your mind before. It's like, oh, if it isn't this, and it has to be this. It's, same deal here. But yeah, no, it's a really great quirk of path hinting that lets you kind of solve seeds in interesting ways. And even if you're in a casino, you know where not to look. And for anyone out there who doesn't know what a casino is, that just means there are no hints in the game remaining at all that can tell us anything about where anything is. We have to just try and check every check and find it. But with negative information, we would know, oh, Mini Monkey's only on path to key 6. The thing I'm looking for has to be on the path to key 8 or to fighting Lanky K. Rool. Well, I guess I won't check any mini checks then. That's one of the great things about path information.
Yeah, I think that's a really, really nice thing. And the multipath, which was introduced for version 3, so we've had it now for about a year, has been really, really nice. It used to be just single path, and it would say, oh, okay, but Mini Monkey's on the path to key 6, but you wouldn't know if it was on the path to anything else. So having it know for sure that it's only on the path to key 6 is really great. Very, very helpful information. We need to kill this guy because he is bullying me. Because splats are very bad, so.
I do love when you get to play the instrument right after getting hit by something.
Yeah, I was like upside down.
The camera likes to play interesting tricks as a result.
Yeah.
So I want to know what brought both of y'all to Donkey Kong 64. Was this, you had played the base game and you were really interested in it?
I actually have a really good story about that, and it involves Hotfix. So Donkey Kong 64 was one of my favorite childhood games. I played it a lot. And I never got into speedrunning or anything because I just don't have the hands for it. That's just not what I like. I definitely enjoy watching it, so... So I was just, been watching some Twitch and everything, and was watching some of the speedrunners. And then one day I saw that GDQ was running it, and I thought it was just a speedrun of it, but it turned out it was a hotfix, and it was for the randomizer, and it was 2 years ago, January 2023, and it was like right before season 2 was coming out, which was when they first introduced item randomizer, which was a huge game changer for this, because at first this was just a Lewis script, and they just changed they just were able to randomize like potions in shops. That was all that was really able to be randomized. So when I saw it on GDQ Hotfix and Toodles was running it, and it was the randomizer, and with item randos, it was the first time I didn't know what a randomizer was. I had never heard of it before. I was blown away. I said, what? And then Tag Anywhere, I was like, what are they doing? And so watched the run on Hotfix. I happened to catch it live, and just absolutely blown away. And got to watch that, and then started seeing some other people, followed Toodles, saw some other people in the community, joined the Discord like a month or two later, and now here I am myself running it on Hotfix, and part of the community and staff member, and just amazing how that happened.
So it's funny that you mentioned Toodles. That was also my show. So I'm really happy that something I did earlier helped lead you to this. So there you go. If any of you out there are in chat saying, hey, I enjoyed this episode of RNG or that episode of RNG, so you can be just like Sarah and eventually get up here and play this.
Right? I mean, if you would have told me 2 years ago that I'd be playing this game that I was watching, I would have been like, no way. I never really watched much Hotfix before that. I was really only watched the main marathon, and only, catching some of it. I've since been to GDQs, it's really funny how just seeing that randomly has really changed the community and have me joining it. But yeah, it was literally that hotfix that got to see that. Toodles is one of the main devs, so
yeah,
very, very cool to.
I am the exact opposite. In fact, I famously have never played the vanilla version of this game. And then went on to come tied 7th in the season 3 tournament. So out of 32 runners in the season 3 tournament. So if you've never played this game before and you're like, well, I don't have the advantage of people who grew up with it, I did it. You can too. My history was I grew up playing Ocarina of Time, and so I was very interested in Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and I played in that for years and years and years. I was on the commentary team for them for years and years. Still am. I shouldn't want to say was. I am still on the commentary team for Ocarina of Time. And I eventually was like, after a particularly bad torrent placement, I was like, I want to really learn new randomizer. I need to shake some stuff up for me, because I was just like, the way you get tilted and you're like, I just got to do something new, right? So I was like, I wonder what's there. And the first randomizer I saw, quite literally, was just Donkey Kong 64 randomizer. I don't know who it was I was watching. It wasn't a GDQ thing. It was like, I think it was someone who runs Ocarina of Time who was running a Donkey Kong randomizer one day, and I was like, oh, huh. And then I went and looked for it on YouTube, and I found the Season 2 tournament. And I watched the entirety of the VODs there. By the way, if you are interested in watching the VODs for that, you should go check out DK64 Speedruns on YouTube. They put up all the races they stream on Twitch there for everyone to see. And I was like, wow, this is super interesting. I think I want to try this. And I just tried it on my own and got like a little frustrated and learned more from the people in chat. Sarah in particular was a big bridge for me to be able to get into it when I was first learning it. Some other
try to help the new people, of course.
Tudos was doing it. I know Balam and Only Spaghetti Code and Seagull and all kinds of different people were like helping me at each and every turn. And over time, I just grew more and more in love with the randomizer. The puzzle is what always brought me to randomizer, and the puzzle in this game is so, so, so wonderful. And it had all the same notes of what I'm looking for in a randomizer that Ocarina of Time randomizer had. And so I just fell in love with it. I genuinely did. And from there, my love grew into competition. I'm a very competitive person. And from that point onwards, I was hooked basically forever. So if you are someone who just like loves this kind of thing and you're like, I don't know if I would really be all that good at Donkey Kong in particular, I am here to tell you that anything is possible, and you can absolutely come do it. And especially for Donkey Kong 64 randomizer, whose community, the moderators and the community managers and all the people who like run the tech and all the behind the scenes, everything like that, they made this possible for me. They made the community so inviting and so welcoming and so easy for me to get into. It was almost impossible for me not to have fallen in love at some point. So I say it like every once in a while about them, but the community is amazing. Thank them for everything they did. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, we really have I think one of the best communities, and we even have off-topic things. People play other games. We have threads and channels set up for people to play other things too with community members. So it's really, I think, we just have such a wonderful community, and it's not just about racing and stuff. People just have fun together. And the other thing, crowd control's in DK64 now, DK64 Rando. So if you want to torment your friends and do that, you can do that.
If you want to make your friends listen to the DK rap in the middle of the scene,
over and over, you can definitely do that. So it's really a fun addition that we were able to get pretty recently working with the randos. So, but yeah, our dev team has done an amazing job. They really have done. Sniper Snipe is on the path to key 8. So we know that's in the Diddy Underground there. We still need to get vines to be able to get this, but I think that basically confirms that that's trombone. So
yeah, and I actually think that vines is in the hint that you just saw, the Galleon Tiny 5-door
yeah, it
ship.
might be that 5-door ship is the I think that is probably going to be the vines. And then the sub is going to be for key 6.
Yeah,
so.
One of these things that we're looking at is going to give us bongos, because we know that the 5-door igloo is on the way of the horde.
Yeah.
So something's going to give us bongos.
Something's going to give us bongos too, yeah.
But that's just like an intermediary thing. It's like, it's going to be on the path, the greater path to find that particular thing overall. But just to wrap up that last conversation, yeah, if you're looking to join an incredible community, you should join the GDQ family. You should join the Donkey Kong 64 Speedruns family. The 2 times now that I've been on GDQ, once as a runner, once as a commentator for Frostful Pals, and now this, everyone has been nothing but genuinely some of the kindest, most understanding people with everything. Like I said, the story of me joining the DK64 speedrun community is evidence enough to show you just how much these people care about getting new people into the game and really helping them understand everything that goes into it. So,
yeah, we definitely want everybody to join and have a good time with this. You know, we definitely want to have, you know, and we're really growing a lot, which is really exciting to see. So as staff and everything, it's wonderful to see that everybody is enjoying it. And, you know, they started off with just a few people a few years ago. And like I said, with season 2 was really where everything opened up. That's just a blueprint. Everything was opened up there to be able to get, you know, where a full item rando came, and it hasn't been that long, and we've really come such a long way since then. So very, very cool.
So I think we can almost certainly get into Forest now, right?
Yeah, I think so. So I just I think we got all the hints here that we can get. We can't get that feather locked one.
Yes,
so
that's right.
I think we will go and see Forest, and we can go buy our Chunky Kong and get the dirt, which is something.
I think I'm not sure if the feather lock one is the boss door or if the coconut lock one's the boss door, but
right, one of them is. But
yeah. You do have coconut. You could check that, but I think
we could get
have,
that
like,
one. Yeah,
enough info. We have enough info at this point. I think.
I think we're okay right now for that. So. We have
the
enough,
other fun thing. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I would say we have enough bananas for Helm, so we definitely don't have to prioritize getting those anymore.
Go ahead,
I keep hearing, oh, banana. No, I was going to say, like, the other fun thing about this is just the opportunity to meet new people, right? Like, regardless of what happens, it's just you meet a lot of people that you wouldn't have met otherwise.
Absolutely. Like, I didn't know anybody in the community before. Before coming here, and now we know a lot of people, and it's really great. So.
And what I will say is, and not to make you blush or anything, Sky, I prior to this had heard through Sarah plenty of different times just how inviting and awesome you were, and so to have the opportunity to meet you in particular was super cool too. So
thank you.
Yeah, no, thank yourself.
Sky and I known each other for a little while, but we actually got to meet at the last GDQ, which was really fun.
Yeah, it was fun. And again, any of y'all, if you go to SGDQ, I mean, at AGDQ, I was working the Hotfix table, and people had an opportunity to stop by, learn a little bit more about Hotfix, play through the gauntlet, maybe be a little angry because I had a Castlevania 3 challenge. No, they didn't. It was just notoriously
hard.
Oh, yeah. But we had some fun Hotfix swag for anyone who stopped by the booth and just gave it a good try. It was a lot of fun. I highly recommend it. So
yeah, I got some cool Fatale stickers and stuff from the Fatales table at AGDQ.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was trying to sneak by and I got caught. Oh no.
Well, chat, you get to see what happens when the cops catch you in this game.
There it is. He throws you back to the beginning of the level.
Boo. Don't let Alta fool you. I've known Alta for a very long time.
Right.
So if this scene goes south, Alta,
So
He did edit, so
here's that
it's
hint of
everything.
potion we saw a long time ago. There's Gorilla Gone.
There's
so that
Gorilla
is
Gone.
required.
All right,
to
that's
beat the end of
very
the season.
good. So
Wait, Gorilla Gone? That sounds like some kind of like Gorilla Glue name.
It's
so should he actually be invisible?
Yeah.
Oh.
The scientific name for it is Warius Gonium. One interesting thing about this game is that every move has a scientific name attached to it based on when you buy it in the shop. Things like Primate Punch is called Nucleus Sandwichium, I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
And so it's a very unique little facet of the vanilla game that we don't want to remove because it's just so cute and
It's too funny,
and
yeah.
funny. It's too funny.
And when you play with Crush, Crush's moves now are named like reptile things for him. So
yeah,
it's very, very good.
We get to go get the boy now. We get to save Chunky from the confines of Cranky's shop.
I just want to grab this hint over here before I turn to nighttime. Castle Kasplat, Lower Cave, which was Mini Monkey, so we got that already. That's good. Okay.
So, we were talking about how we didn't have any hints to Mini Monkey. We found it, and now we've seen 3.
Now we found it. Way late.
Which is, for the record,
that, for Key 6. We have not got Key 6 yet, so this level is before the other one where you would need it. So it is not. It's late in the seed, but it's not too late because we don't have Key 6 yet. So I'm gonna make it night, and I'm actually gonna go back and go check the last or the other hint over there behind Thornvine because I want to get all the hints just in case there is something else that we need or there's a little bit of a trick because we don't know exactly where. I think we have enough stuff, but I do want to grab all the hints. Yeah. It's really cool to show off all the cool locations that they are through the level. Great. I really, really like the Dose Door setting. It's actually one of my favorite things that got added for 4.0 and this season 3.5. I really, really like this because so the way it used to be, well, the original way is right. You go to all the hints are in the lobbies. So when you get a key, if you get key 2 or key 5, you just get 10 more hints like right away. So you get a lot of information quick. I like Dose Doors sets the pacing a little bit better, where you can kind of they just come through like one at a time. So, Castle Diddy Dungeon, yep, we know that. So we saw that one.
So one interesting thing that was added in 4.0 is that some of the mini games in Helm and in Barrel Bros. General were given some extra requirements. So beforehand, we had a thing in the community called being 2%ed because it was based on the odds that you were likely to get like a mini game that requires something like Ponytail Twirl, a move you don't normally need, but otherwise you might require as a result. And so we added a few new 2%er things like Lanky's Barrel, where you have to go and play a speed game where you roll through and touch a switch, and you could just do it with Donkey for free. It didn't require any moves, even though Vanilla it really wanted you to use the move of Lanky's called Orangutan Sprint. Well, one change the randomizer devs made was, turns out that switch that you used to be able to hit before, you can't hit it unless you are explicitly Lanky and explicitly in Orangutan Sprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got added into the thing there. So that's like a thing that can put things at the end of a seed as a blocker in some certain cases. Things like that. It's always nice to have all your hints in case something like that happens, because it happens a lot. Let me tell you, it happens quite a lot.
We jokingly call it 2%, but it's 2% chance for any game. But there's probably, 15 or 20 different mini games that could be. It depends on who your Helm Kongs are. Yeah. But each Kong has, 3 to 5 mini games that could be a 2%er game. So your chances overall can be quite a lot. But all right, so we have family, and in the community, we like to call this Vin Diesel because family is the most important. So,
We even have an emote on the website of on the Discord of Lanky crossing his arms with like a Vin Toretto style vest and haircut. Vin Toretto,
I think it was on the Vin Diesel, like a Vin Diesel model.
Yeah, like that. For anyone who doesn't know, Vin Toretto is the name of the Fast and Furious character that Vin Diesel plays. He's got that look going on. He's crossing his arms, doing the family thing, and the emote's called family for that reason.
Yeah. And there it is, as I see. And a friend of the community who does a lot of runs, Derpy Dragon, that is actually his emote that he generously donated to the community for the Discord. So,
yeah. Shout out to Derpy.
Yeah, so that was really great of letting the community have that in Discord. So a really fun one. But we typically like to say that when we get our family, because now we have everybody, and so now having everybody really helps to be able to. We kind of got chunky pretty late since took a long time to get to this key 4, which can happen. One of the nice things about CLO is the Kongs and stuff can be, and the keys can be anywhere. You can even have Kongs in Helm. Which we have seen a few times with some of these races.
Oh, yeah.
So, before in Season 3 and earlier ones, we would have what's called Simple Level Order, where you were guaranteed to have all 5 Kongs by the end of Level 5, and you were guaranteed all your training moves by the end of Level 5, or the end of Level 3, I mean. So the CLO makes all those go away. Anything can be anywhere. So a really nice thing with CLO is that stuff can be everywhere. So it adds a little bit more to the puzzle. Definitely a lot more things you need to check and can check to go. Your hints become even more vital, I think, to do that. So I'm going to just hit him with the saxophone because he's just bullying me again.
And I think climbing the mushroom, getting that hint, and then going into Owl Tree. I want to get that hint at the top, we should go to Owl Tree and get the hint there too, because there's also a potion hinted scouring in Owl Tree. There is a potion there, so we'll go check that too. And we get Chunky's medal on the way just in case it's something, so.
The chat is posting a certain Kuiper emote that I don't think...
Our special monkey friend.
I don't think we can call on the stream. So for the sake of being viewer friendly, we call him the silly monkey friend, the SMF. But for those at home of a more adult persuasion, I leave it to your imagination what SMF might stand for. But he is our silly monkey friend for getting stuck inside Helm and impossible to find. It's a little community meme we have, the SMF, the silly monkey friend. So, Sarah, I actually have always been curious. I wanted to ask you, what is your favorite level in this game? I know your favorite check is going to be the beanstalk, for obvious reasons. Yeah,
I'm a huge beanstalk fan, as you know.
But in a vanilla sense too. But I think I'm asking in a vanilla sense too, because I've never really played vanilla. I've only played the randomizer, as I mentioned. But so I've always wanted to ask people hey, what was when you went through the game as a vanilla thing? What level really got you there? Because for me in OOT, I have different thoughts about what things I like as a randomizer stuff. But in vanilla, my favorite thing was going through Forest Temple. I thought it was spooky in all the right ways. The puzzle for getting all the pose was super cool. Just a really cool vanilla thing. So what's your favorite level in that kind of way?
So actually, my favorite level, I think as a kid especially, was Aztec. I thought the design, the music was so cool. Japes is fun, but it's pretty straightforward and pretty easy. But I think just when I saw Angry Aztec and just really, really liked it, I thought that was the coolest thing ever. You get to be in the sand and it damages you and you have to learn how to move well. And again, I really like the vanilla music of that level was really cool. Kind of that just vibe, really nice vibe music. So I did not mark that as Forest there. Forgot to do that on my tracker.
And we should definitely go back and get that hint and potion in Owl Tree. But we just got a really
we should go to
We got really interesting hint
actually,
too about
let's do that before we go to
Aztec
Galleon.
legend.
I
Alright,
actually had forgotten to do that, so I was like, no, we get everything. I actually I meant to probably hit exit to aisles, but went to exit level. So sometimes they're right next to each other in the menu there. So
happens literally all the time.
Yeah.
Also, talking about that last hint we just got, that was something that was not on our path of interest. Aztec Lanky Metal being Way of the Horde means that there's probably something else that's like connecting us in this seed. So it's worth exploring that after this too, for sure.
Yeah, we should go and see what that is because I don't think we got that.
We definitely did not. We absolutely did not.
Yeah, I'll say we can. So one of the things too I can show you is you can actually check all of your levels, even if you are not in that level. You can look at what you have for the Kongs. So you can see the banana metal is not checked off, and you can see he has 0 colored bananas and does not have his blueprint or anything. Really nice screens here to show all this. You can have your totals of the whole game. You can have your checks. So since obviously everything's randomized, we don't know. Your totals are great, but you don't know where these things are. The bean, the rainbow coins, and vanilla rainbow coins are always in the dirt, but. We've got 7 of the 16 dirt patches in the game, but none of them gave us, or maybe one of them gave us rainbow coins. These screens really help you if you're stuck of like, okay, what do I still need to do? You can, if you don't have a tracker, we have a auto tracker here, so every time I get a move, it automatically adds to the tracker. If you don't have that or choosing not to use one, we do have a tracker in the pause menu here, so very cool. And then the other really nice thing is all the item locations. If you forgot where you got something, keys are here. Your shopkeepers, if you need them, we started with them this time. Where you got your Kongs, where everything, instrument upgrades, all your training moves, gun upgrades, and then each Kong has their own moves too, and where we got everything is there. So Peanuts was the Aztec 5-door temple. So if you get a hint later that's like, 5-door temple is path to something, you can check this and make sure that you are like, okay, what did I get there? Because it might not have been important at the time. It becomes important later. So I really, really like that they added these. All this is randomizer added. Really great on our devs to be able to include all that stuff.
Oh, definitely. Especially for beginners who might not have the same experience just from muscle memory and and having played so many seeds remember what they got from where or have that written down or something. It's just a really nice little thing, especially just for casual play. Again, casual play is valid too. We're super into it, so it's always nice to have.
That's what I mean. Did you see that aim? Did you see that, Ash?
That was helped by homing ammo, so homing ammo did help me there.
I don't care. It looked good, okay?
But yeah,
I don't care.
It's a good shot, so.
That was just,
Yeah. Having sniper to make it go the farther distance really helps too.
Yeah. What I will say is you're still underselling yourself, because I have seen many a runner, including definitely myself, fail shots all the time. So no hint here. We should probably check the splat and then.
I'm going to check the splat and then I just want to make sure there's nothing on the boss. Just no boss jump scares here.
Yeah. No boss jump scares indeed. And we're curving the bullets like we're in Wicked.
We are stuck in the camera.
Not Wicked. Wanted.
Of being in the TNS store here.
Hey, Wicked's a good musical and movie. I like them both.
I agree.
I cannot be able to get out of this. Okay, I think I may have to exit the level.
You can, Sarah. Just walk forward and then just keep holding forward right now. There we go.
Okay, thank you.
But that looked cool. To be fair, that looked cool.
Oh yeah,
it was pretty neat. There's a cop there, so I'm going to go around this way to get the splat.
Fully understand.
So there you go. So Sarah got to experience a tiny curse. A tiny curse.
Yeah,
Tiny.
A little bit. Sometimes this is still an N64 camera.
Yeah, right? That it is.
And sometimes it just doesn't want to cooperate fully.
It's triangle. Oh boy, I think you know what time
Okay,
it
so
is.
I think we're going to go back to Aztec and get Lanky Metal,
Yes,
and then we're going to go to Galleon.
Yes, but eventually we're gonna have to go back to caves to do Donkey's 5-door igloo, which for the record means that Strong Kong is somewhere on this path because it's logically required for it. So one of these things is gonna be Strong Kong, but it also means when we go back to do that check, we have Triangle. We can save my boy.
We can, yes. We get to show off. I will, if we get there, I will show it off because it's Ash's favorite.
My favorite character in the game.
She loves the rabbit, so.
Yeah, there's a rabbit whose story in the game, to my understanding,
since the beanstalk is foolish, we can do the rabbit.
Yeah.
Wait, was that the rabbit that you posted in chat earlier?
Yes.
Ash?
Yeah.
We have an emote on the speedrun community for that. So
See, I didn't forget.
anyone have? So we jokingly call him the main character because he has something so much of the time.
Yeah, he only has 2 checks in the game where he appears. The race in forest where you race him through all the gates and then he loses to you and kind of cries about it. And then in caves you find him again and he's like, Chunky, they kidnapped me and strapped me to an explosive barrel. Save me, please. And these like fire enemies run at you and like to try and blow him up and you have to save him. And he is
it is a hard check. I think you have to be quite fast to be able to kill all those enemies.
Yeah, that's true. But he is my favorite little innocent boy who has done nothing wrong and definitely didn't deserve anything. So, and we call him main character because he likes to force like required items onto himself all the time, just force himself into scenes. What do you mean you have to say? Chat's like you have to save him. Yeah.
Well, now we know, so that's all right. Okay, so I think now we're gonna go. I think we're gonna go to Galleon and try to get those 2 checks. We'll get key 6, and then we will go get. I'm hoping we still need to get vines, so we
and
bongos, so we need both of those things.
It might be that the Galleon Tiny Fire Door Ship has bongos, and then the Donkey 5-door igloo with bongos will give us vines, and then we can go get that. What's probably trombone underneath the
trombone that we need. Yeah, that's probably going to be our last move that we need to get right before we get into Helm here. But
very likely, but probably we're checking the hints in here anyway, just in case.
Yeah, I definitely want to check the hints. As we said, this being 36, 40 is the maximum. So 36 is quite high. Definitely, this was our logically last level. Key 6 is in here, we started at the lighthouse. Okay, I was like, the other thing, we have to go, we'll go get the hints, but we do have, so I do get bullied by him, but we do have to go visit Kevin, like a splat that is named after the Kevin preset.
Oh,
you have to go and see him.
So wait, I thought
Kuiper was named after the Kevin preset. Wait, more lore?
So the K in Kevin is Kuiper's name, but the first race that we ever had of the Kevin settings, people didn't know that you could kill Kevin in high water. They didn't know that was in logic, and he had diving or a key or something that like locked the rest of the seed.
Yeah, the story behind this essentially is that the settings, Kevin, stands for Kuiper's extraordinary, very impressive,
new. It was new at the
settings.
Time, but
new. Yes, Kuiper's extraordinary, very impressive new settings, or Kevin settings, and that came out as the name beforehand, followed by calling the Kasplat Kevin because in the very first Kevin race, as Sarah mentioned, people thought that Kasplat logically required diving. I mean, he's in the water. You would think you would have to lower the water logically to get to him. Well, no, you can just jump on his head. He locked diving, so as a problem for that, a lot of runners just didn't do them and felt stuck and then had to forfeit. And so he ended up with the moniker Kevin based on how many people struggle with that particular outcome. And as a result, he has become a loving member of the DK64 meme community. He has his own emote in both the server and the Twitch channel of him like crossing his arms and looking very imposing and impressive. So say hi, Kevin.
There he is.
All right, chat, say bye, Kevin.
Bye, Kevin.
I'm gonna try to get him. He's actually quite hard to kill with the water hire, but I want to do it so we can show everybody. And hopefully I don't get too bullied. See, because he will slam. Oh, I got him. He got me.
Yeah. So
right.
with this water thing,
he didn't damage me. Let's go.
He likes to do combos like this, where he tries to lock you.
Time. He will stun lock you, and then you're kind of stuck here. So we need to get. He's got me good. Okay. And so because the water is up, we can't just play an instrument because you can't play instruments in the water. So
there we go.
We
Bye,
were
Kevin.
victorious. Woo, we got him. But yeah, he definitely is as a meme of the community. So we try to kill him just because he causes a lot of problems. He didn't have anything for us this side. Everything in this seems to be on the other side, which is the shipyard side.
Indeed.
But one of the fun things, you can change the barriers. So in vanilla game, this is locked by coconut gun. We do have coconut gun this time, but we have that open. So if you get an early galleon, you can at least go here. And then the shipyard side is what's closed. So we're going to go over here and see that is locked by the peanuts, which is obviously why we had the peanuts on the path to key 6, because we need the peanuts to open this gate. And it was a switch from season 2, which is where the peanut gate was open and the coconut gate was locked. So a fun thing to do to change up the settings is to have the different barriers open and close throughout the game. So we'll go and see what if Funky and Candy have anything, and then we will go on our way over here to get the sub and to get the open the 5-door ship. We have to still play the instrument pad. Oh look, we have double potion here. So let's see what we've got in this shop. That's why you always check the shops. There's always potions around.
Yeah, and
it's Simeon Spring.
There's also that potion in the castle underground that you go back and get at any point too. But we are kind of approaching sort of like the logical end of the seed. Like we have most of what we need. So if we go through everything and it finds out that we're missing a move, we can probably go back and get that castle one. But definitely, if you are in front of a potion, you can buy it. You probably should. There's not a whole lot of reason
I always like to
not
buy everything because you never know. Even if you don't logically need it, sometimes it makes things easier. Both of these, unfortunately, were not helpful moves, but like I like having ponytail twirl just because it's a fun way to move around.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Even though you don't logically need it, it's still really nice to have. So I always try to buy whatever's around. So.
And there's Spike in the chat. Talking about Spike earlier. That's so nice.
All right, so we're just getting past about our 2-hour mark. So wherever you would like to take our second wellness break, feel free. Again, no rush right now if you're in the middle of doing a check.
Let me just get over to buy the shop, and then we'll go place to stop before we check the shop. So. And this crate is lovingly called the Spike crate because he has forgotten this a few times. So he came just in time to see this. And look, it has a potion.
It's pineapple in it.
Hey.
And there's a potion in the shop. So we can pause right here and take a break. So.
All right, awesome. So again, if you've really been enjoying the stream, which again, we've been enjoying hanging out with y'all for sure. Remember that your subs, Prime Gaming subs, gift subs, and bits cheered on the GDQ Twitch channel help support Games Done Quick Hotfix. If you enjoy watching speedruns, consider subscribing to the channel to get access to our emotes, have ad-free viewing, and chat with other subscribers during our replays. Again, be sure Welcome back to Random Number Generation. I'm joined here by Nintendo Sarah and Bert and Ash, and this is Donkey Kong 64 randomizer.com. So I'm interested to see how the seed ends. And speaking of the seed, I know the bean's like not a thing of interest, but I'm interested to see if we stumble across the bean in our travels. Are y'all ready to resume?
We are. And I think the funny thing, too, is we just got pineapple. And that is halfway to getting the bean, or just seeing it at least. Oh, not the bean itself, but the bean stalk. Because if we find the bean, I'm going to go and we're going to go see my best friend, the beanstalk. Because I have an emote of him, and he is my probably favorite character in the game. So, of course, Tiny's my favorite Kong, but the beanstalk, I mean, he just is adorable. So, we have pineapple now. And pineapple, it's not hinted at anything, but, you know, we were talking about the LeBron checks earlier. There is a pineapple check next to the number 3 warp pad, and I didn't peek it yet. I checked the grape cage and I checked some of the other things, as well as the pineapple cage. We did check the donkey. We didn't get it, but we did check the donkey coconut cage. So I think it's definitely something we shouldn't leave it because there's always a lot of stuff on aisles. So.
I don't want to get LeBron. I never want to get LeBron
Yeah,
again.
I don't want to get LeBron either. So when we get out of here, before we go on to the next stuff, we are going to go check that. So, but I think we're ready to start, and we see that there is a chunky potion in this shop. So we're going to start. We're going to buy that. But 3, 2, 1. Here we go. But, I'm in a weird camera angle there from the pause. But yeah, we're gonna buy this because we don't know what it is. Could be something to help us. Rocket barrel. I don't think we need it, but it'll definitely, if we need it, or if we want to use it, can get us around a little bit faster in some of the ways. So some places definitely go, really rocket barrel's a nice thing to have, so.
So, our last kind of jobs we have to do here in Galleon, or we need to go into the little mini submarine, which is right below us here. But we also need to enter Tiny's 5-door ship. So we're probably just going to play the saxophone and then head and do both of those in order. The saxophone door will stay open after you play it, so there's no need to worry about like, oh no, I need to make it over there in time or something. Once you play it, you're all good. So
yeah, in vanilla, these actually all had timers.
What was that? Wait.
Oh,
is that
what is that? Is that the bean? Spoke it into existence.
No,
it does exist.
It does exist. We got. Oh my gosh, she just mentioned that. That's so funny.
My mortal enemy.
I wasn't even going to kill him, but he dies when you play the instrument right there. So.
I just know we hadn't seen the bean yet, and I'm like, well, what are the odds?
I'm surprised we hadn't seen the bean yet either. But
I mean, there's a lot of checks we haven't done. It could have been anywhere, but my mortal enemy has to show up.
That's really great that we just randomly found that because hey, that was
Look at
we
the
were
bean
going to
emojis in chat.
play the sax there, and he dies to music. So
clearly planned, dude. Clearly.
That was planned.
Looking at you, Alta, in the chat.
Oh my god, I can't. the camera.
You got it. Go right.
Yeah, it's over here. Tiny is one of the slowest swimmers, and when she's mini monkey, she is just so slow. But we have to be mini to get in here, so show me the key. There it is. Key 6, like we thought. Wonderful. All right.
That is all of our keys except for key 8. So all we need right now is vines. We have Monkey Port, we have all the GBs, we have Gorilla Gone, we have all our Kongs. All we need to do is find vines. And we're thinking that given we have one outstanding way of the Horde, which is the 5-door igloo, and we have a second one here that we just are checking right now, which we know is on the path to 8, we're thinking it's going to be
much faster.
Yeah, don't swim with Tiny. She takes forever.
We do not need to be Tiny swimming all the way over here.
Cue the Jeopardy theme.
This side, I believe. But yeah, so in vanilla, all these musical cactus ones, they are timed. So you need to swim fast, and don't forget, there's no tag anywhere in vanilla. So you need to swim there as fast as you can to try to get in each one. And so you have to play them one at a time. You play the instrument. Oh, this is a wonderful. Look at the light source. Is the N64 logo. Another awesome change is that the little flashlight fish guy changes to be something else, and so we have the N64 logo. So that's a really good one.
That's incredible.
I like that. That's
so
cool.
Good. All right, that's the yellow
so
potion.
This should be
That's
our bongos.
bongo.
Oh, the starfish. He's got
Those are the worst enemy in the game, in my opinion.
They
bar none.
are the worst enemy in the game, and you don't have great camera control in here.
Cops stand aside because this enemy makes me mad. Likes to chase you down.
There we go. Yeah, he follows you through the whole thing, and he can get you from really far away.
All right, we get to go and save my boy from his deadly fate in Igloo, and also we get to go get Vines probably in the thing.
But I am going to go check these last two things because I don't want to get LeBron now that we have the guns.
There is a potion here.
There's a potion. Oh no, that bee. We got him.
Sarah,
we hit each other.
Got an important question.
This could be twirl or feather. It's okay.
The bow.
Guess what? We have the bee.
No.
And now all the guns. We're gonna see my boy too.
No,
heck yeah.
Why? Why did this have to happen? Not the beanstalk.
We get to see your boy, but we get to see my boy too.
I suppose that's only fair. It's only fair.
If I gotta get it, the chat. The chat's gonna demand it. So that's just a coin, but we'll grab it anyway.
Of course. So my question for you, Sarah, is how often do you stream? And when you do stream, what have you been playing lately? I wanted to let people know to follow you at twitch.tv/Nintendo Sarah. One word altogether. So what have you been doing?
I've obviously been streaming this. Pretty much. This is what I stream. I stream, once or twice a week, mostly on the weekends. I do have a full-time job during the week, so don't have time to go all the time, but definitely enjoy doing it when I can. But yeah, definitely. And I'm always, running races for everybody, so can't always stream when I do that. But I do try to get on. Sunday mornings are kind of like my time where I try to go. Not every week, because sometimes we had the Blitz tournament a couple weeks ago. We had the qualifier on a Sunday at noon, so I had to get everything ready for that. But I do try to, and I do donk, so if you want to see some cool donk stuff and find out some new information or whatever, and you can follow me. She's got thank you, Sky, for putting my link there for Twitch and chat. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking the time too. I know you got right out of work and then basically got right here on stream. So thank you too.
Early just to make sure I was in time for getting there and getting set up and everything. So
thank you. And you also, Ash, when do you stream and what can folks expect to see? And again, that's twitch.tv/VerdantAsh. Also, all one word.
Yeah, I tend to stream. I can stream frequently on weeknights, sometime around 8-ish Eastern, 5-ish Pacific, around then. And then on weekends, I tend to stream whenever kind of suits me. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening. You can usually find me at pretty regular times. And then for me, I do a lot of archipelago stuff, obviously. And obviously Donk racing is a big one. I can do some OT racing at times for Rando, obviously. I play some Slay the Spire as races and things like that, and just for fun, other kind of auto battlers and deck builders, things like that. I've been playing some Civ recently, some Civ 7. That's been kind of fun. You should go up and get that. You go get that banana. You have all the moves for it. You have me.
I just want to show off how adorable the Beanstalk guy is. He is just my favorite character, and he was hiding his face because he's embarrassed. He's just so cute. I just wanted everyone to appreciate it. So, and there's a copy.
Yeah,
we're gonna kill him right away, though.
Yeah,
we're gonna go get it. So.
I play a lot of rando, but also a lot of not rando too. So you can find me usually evenings on weekdays, and then afternoons/evenings on Saturday and Sundays. especially when it's race and tournament season, I'm practicing. I'll do a lot of practice races and stuff like that. And in the off seasons of those, I usually find other stuff to run. Often I will even do like co-op stuff where like with my chat, I like to do a lot of trivia. I'm a big fan of You Don't Know Jack and things like that. So I'll do lots of like trivia, things like that. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, come find me.
And thank you also, Ash, for being on and doing some great commentary as well, too. And just, it's been great having y'all on. It really has been.
Of course. I always feel privileged with the chance to do it because I love being on the mic. Put me on the mic anywhere, and I feel super comfortable and and love doing it. So anytime, any chance I have the opportunity to do that, I always love doing it, and I always feel like super lucky to have that opportunity in general. So thank you for having us on.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, Ash is also on the commentary for the Restream team with me and quite a few of the other people. So really great to have her there.
And also, too, special thanks to Alta Biscuit in the chat there for vetting the seed as well. We always know that that's never an easy thing. If you're a seed dealer like me, superstition's a really big thing in randomizer communities. I talk about this every time here on our RNG every other week.
Oh, yeah.
I am bad at dealing seeds. I don't know how good or bad y'all are at dealing seeds. I am terrible.
My seeds are legendary in the community, so.
Oh, no.
Yep.
Are you a crop duster?
Yes.
Like me?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sarah seeds are brutal.
We did that.
no.
The 3.5 Blitz tournament. I had the qualifier seed because I was organizing the tournament, and we allow, if people are not able to make the live Blitz qualifier, we allow asyncs beforehand. So I got everything ready for that. People just contact me if they need anything, or they need to do it ahead of time. So I had rolled that seed, and it was a true stinker.
If you want to know how bad that seed was, we have a series of players who I would consider like in the very, very upper echelon, who are consistently always in every tournament, seeded everywhere. About 5 of them did not qualify. Because of just how bad the seed was. It was not only was it pure randomness, it also required something that was so logically not accessible that people afterwards took to the comments and were like, how can this happen? And they had to have whole explanations about it. So akin to the Kevin diving thing. And everyone was able to understand why, and just it happened. But it was just that bad. It was that unfortunate. And so among some of the more heinous seeds I think we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It was something that you needed to get all but 5 available colored bananas for a boss check, and it was very hard to get it, and people didn't know. If you didn't know exactly where every colored banana was, you were not going to be able to get that early on. So
it was 137 of 141, and the logic told you that it wasn't actually logical, but it was essentially. I'll talk about that more later. But first, save my boy.
You gotta
Don't let him die. Look how innocent he is. Look at the Panui. Look at the Panui.
He's trapped. We gotta save his life.
Is the bunny friend-shaped?
The
bunny is friend-shaped.
Hero and everybody get him.
Oh no.
Oh no. Don't let him die, please. No.
Okay, I think we're okay.
Oh, you got him. We're good.
You can get hit 5. He can get hit 5 times, so I think you got 4.
Gee, thanks, Chunky. Don't worry about me. I got things under control.
Yeah.
And he gives you a little gift. Look at him.
There you go. So he
Look
gave me a nice GB. I knew this wasn't anything, but
look at him dance. He's so good.
What a fun.
But yeah,
such a friend.
I got to
so
see
Benui.
I cannot pick it up. Okay.
Just jump. You got it.
It's just not letting me go. Okay.
It doesn't like you from the ground.
But yeah, we got to see my boy. So we had to go see yours.
Thank you for not letting him die like some of my other friends had. I have seen people on stream in actual races who are my friends
I have seen it
go,
too. Let him die.
watch this, and then go in there during a race, by the way, where it's going to cost them like 45 seconds to do, and just let the fireballs kill my friend, and then like spam ping me in the server later to go watch it.
Yeah.
my friends in the server like to hurt me. It's okay.
There's our vines. So one of the nice things too, this igloo, you can see Strong Kong is here. If you don't have Strong, cancel out of it. It does a whole melon of damage. So Strong Kong is not here in vanilla. This was a randomizer ad, and I thank every day that they added that.
Yeah, it is not logical without Strong Kong, although in the vanilla game you have to do it without Strong Kong, and so as a result, many runners, myself included, are very comfortable just doing it Strong Kong or no. But it is
like having Strong Kong. It's a hard check. If you have twirl, you can twirl over the outer wall. Yeah, but no twirl here today, so we had to do it in logic.
I'm pretty sure twirl is in like behind like punch and hunky and barrels, so we're definitely not getting it this season. I don't know what any of those moves are.
Because that is our last tiny move, so we need a lot of stuff to get that in that hunky igloo. So unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get that today. But we don't need it. We got Strong Kong. We can do it the actual logical way that the random devs did it. So. Donkey, go through the door. Okay.
Unless this is like something that like isn't precisely trombone and we have to go searching, this will be go mode. When we pick up the trombone, we'll be able to go up and finish the seed. So I do want to take the moment to just give some shout out thanks. Obviously, first off to GDQ and the whole Hotfix team, who were super helpful getting us all set up in the first place, inviting us on, and giving the not just us but the community of DK64 Randomizer the exposure yet again to be able to just show everyone. Thank you to everyone who came out and watched either here or on YouTube once it's re-uploaded. It's such a pleasure to be able to show this game off for you guys, and we really, really appreciate all the support that you guys give. To all the devs, again, the music team. I mean, you're hearing Stone Tower Temple's amazing flute music here. It's just so pretty, and the donk sound font that has been put into the game is so incredible.
Wonderful.
You will find something in the music files that is your favorite song from one of your favorite games. So I encourage everyone to go to that. To all the devs who've made the actual randomization of the game possible, to all the runners who run with us and make things, all the community managers who help run races and tournaments exist, and just specifically to you, Sky, for being so inviting on your show and helping us put on all this show and stuff like that. It's just been a blast. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, Sky, you really helped us show off a ton of times to have DK64 Rando on your show many, many times. Like I said, the first time I ever saw this was on your show. If you didn't have this, I would not be in this community most likely, because I don't know if I would have just randomly found it. So, I mean, maybe, but timing would have been different and everything. So,
sure,
really thankful for your show to be able to have that, and of course GDQ and everyone to have us on and let me show off, especially now with the new 4.0 version. All the cool new the devs. Really huge shout out to all the devs, because they do such a wonderful job always coming up with new features. We also have a suggestions channel in the Discord, so if you have any ideas, obviously some things are not technically possible, but they do try to do their best of like, what do people ask for? What are things that, you want to see in the game? And, they work very, very hard to try to get, oh, that is not Lanky's. I always forget which one's like, They do work. I'm busy talking about the devs and not paying attention to where I'm going.
You got this.
But they really do. They do try to take everyone's suggestions into consideration. If it's possible, and really make the game for the community, and everything about that. So, like I said, we'll be having discussions starting about season 4 very soon. A ton of things upcoming that we want to have the community's involvement, because the devs can make settings, but if it's not what people really look for, or are what people want to play, then it doesn't help the community. So getting everyone's feedback, I think, is really, really nice. And hey, vines to key 8 twice. So we need vines to get in the lobby, and we need vines for the minigame. See if I can do it. Nope. A little
Very
too early.
nice try at that. Very nice try. There's a little skip
close.
that we can do here.
I'm getting close to getting this trick where you do the cutscene skip. And you play the instrument in the right frame, and you can actually skip this whole cutscene, and it takes like 17 seconds or something. So it's a nice save, but I'm still learning that one.
For the record, you were very close. You were like a couple frames off.
It was pretty close. When you see him in the shadow like that, he was quite close. So, but time will be when we collect this last key, and the credits will roll. So get ready, because it's coming up pretty soon over here. Oop, I didn't mean to hit the warp, though. And we got to see if anything funny is on the fairies in here, too. Because being that this is CLO, there can be a bunch of funny stuff on these fairies. So
I would love to see that.
Just 2 GBs.
Just some GBs. All right, and time.
That's time.
Sarah, well
we can let the credits play out, though, to really, this is the shout out all the dev name and everything. So everybody who's worked on this in any aspect. And we have the seal! We have the seal! That's so good! We didn't get to see the seal today, because we didn't have any blast checks on any path, but he's a pirate, and he always does pirate speak. So... And the dice block! He's hanging on.
Placing candy.
So we also have the Kong statistics now, which is a really nice thing. So as you can see, we love to play Donkey 40% of the time, and of course my girl 25% of the time. I always play as Tiny. And Caught by Cops was 1, so 7 photos, 251 tags. Tag Anywhere is such a great addition to this game. The randomizer would not be possible if you didn't have that, or it would be a very different view. But huge shout out to all the devs, and here comes all the names of everybody. So. In alphabetical order here, so huge. Everybody, the whole community, as we said, everyone's great. The devs, the support, the mods, just all the community members, everybody who races, everybody who joins, everybody who watches. Viewers of the restreams and the races and everything is exciting, and just anybody who plays, anybody who wants to play and just enjoy, even as a not racer. It's just fun, So. Just a fun rando. You don't have to play competitive, so.
Candy took Funky's place.
Candy's dancing.
And don't forget to mention. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say, don't forget to mention yourself too, Sarah.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say myself when I show up on the credit screen at the end. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Sarah's on the credits.
I got the version 4 credits now. So I was gonna say myself when I show up there. So.
Okay. All right.
So you're a little early here, but we got to go through all the devs first, because of course they put in so much work to this game. And everything. So, everyone, again, we welcome everyone to join the Discord, discord.dk64randomizer.com. and just go to DK64randomizer.com itself. I don't know if we said that enough, but
No, we never
DK64
can.
has a randomizer?
Yeah. What website could you
Tell
go
us
to
where we go,
find a
Ash.
randomizer? Yeah, well, I think you could go to DK64randomizer.com. I think that might be where you can find all kinds of information about how to play this game, where to join the Discord, and, a wiki for all kinds of different information.
So the special thanks, Spike, Kuiper, myself, and Flagra, another one of the wonderful race mods. So,
Aww. Okay.
But yeah, we got the banana horde, so we ended up getting it back. Cranky is yelling at us because we didn't do it right, but as he always does. But we got it. We saved the banana horde. Now the Kongs get to just relax and eat the bananas. So there's our Discord. Anybody, again, who wants to join, we welcome everybody, even just to watch, just to learn. Everybody's absolutely welcome.
This is adorable.
It's an incredible credit sequence, especially because you get the swap models.
And with the random models and stuff too, it's made it even funnier, and the different colors and all the stuff. So,
Oh my gosh, Squawks.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't really mentioned Squawks at all during this run, but Squawks is an incredible boy too.
He
shout
lifted
out
us
Squawks.
up to the beanstalk. So.
Aww.
He takes Tiny when she's Minnie and can take her to the beetle race, takes her to the beanstalk, the anthill, a bunch of places. So,
Oh yeah. And that's it. Sarah, I don't know about you, but I don't think I have a whole lot more to say. I think
thanks everyone also for watching us here on the GDQ Hotfix, both live on Twitch and on YouTube. Great to see everyone watching this Hotfix show, and thanks again for you, Sky, for hosting us and running. And the behind the scenes team of GDQ too to run all these hotfixes and give us these opportunities to show off to the GDQ audience.
All right. Well, thank you also to Sarah and Ash for having us again. That's twitch.tv/Nintendo Sarah, twitch.tv/Verdant Ash. And I am Skybills for GDQ Hotfix, Random Number Generation. This is not the end of our broadcast tonight, so be sure to stay tuned for Game Masters coming up after the break. Take it away, y'all.